Or first and foremost, we give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world called Jesus Christ. Back at y'all with another Friday night class. We're in for a doozy tonight, guys. I don't know what brothers is. I don't know if brothers quite understand what's going to happen tonight through the Spirit of power, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, but you're going to be surprised. All right, make sure I get that out on Facebook. Man, give me be not conformed to this world, first and foremost. Let's get that. Has everybody heard of a Hebrew Israelite group called Great Millstone before? We've heard of that group. Have you heard of that group? You have not heard about it. They're a group. They're a rather large group. They're all over the world. They have a camp now. Philippines, Kenya, they're all over the world. This Hebrew Israelite group. They are known for their negative opinion of everybody else in the whole world, in the truth and out the truth. Something was brought to my attention in regards to one of their members yesterday it was. So we're gonna display that tonight, and once y'all see what it is, y'all not gonna be able to believe it.
They ain't ready, huh?
I couldn't possibly believe it. Like, the person who sent it to me, I had to call him and say, wait a minute, what am I looking at? Like, I need to understand what's going on. Just wait, read that first.
This book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 2.
It
says, and be not conformed to this world.
Be not conformed to this world. That's the first thing. Be not conformed to this world. Read on.
But be ye transformed.
Be transformed. That's what we have to do. We were whoever we were prior to learning the knowledge of that we're Hebrew Israelites. Before we learn, we got to keep the law, statute, commandments, and all those various things. We were somebody else. When you come into this knowledge, we have to be transformed. We got to become new. What are the Transformers? This is a big robot and then there's a car all of a sudden. You see what I'm saying? That's literally the type of transformation that you have to go through if you're really in this thing, right? Be ye transformed. Read on.
By the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High.
So you can deal with what's acceptable by the Most High. What they're doing in the world is totally unacceptable by the Most High. I believe all of us. I don't know, nobody has a hard time understanding that, right? This is unacceptable, the way people are acting, in the eyes and the sight of the Most High Yahweh. With that being said, I have a question. I want to pose a question to the whole room. Panel, of course, anybody sitting at this table, of course, the question is not two, because y'all already know. I want y'all to name, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go one by one to everybody. And I want you guys to give me the name of who you think is probably the most evil Israelite in the world, not in the truth, in the world. The most evil black or Hispanic that you know is being glorified in the world today. SICARRI, Ice Cube, Nagara One.
You said I choose the boy from IUIC, dude.
No, not in the truth.
Oh, not in the truth.
In the world.
In the world.
The most wickedest Israelite.
The most wickedest nigga you can think about. That's like right now. Not of all time, right now.
That's hot.
Come on, just shoot something up. Man, ain't no wrong answer. Just shoot it up.
I don't know.
He can't answer. He's too deep. He's too deep.
He's thinking, no, but I'm saying who? Like, just come on.
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne. Okay. Okay, that's a great answer. Go ahead. Jordan, okay, go ahead.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, okay, go ahead.
Girl?
Is he a girl? That was the, hey, listen, that was the right question, brother. Is he a girl? That was it. He answered it already. No, right now.
Right now?
Not all time. Right now. Two chains? I mean, nigga evil, but. Yeah, brother.
Songs.
Hey, can I say something from the Bible?
Can you ask me something from the Bible?
Yeah, something from the Bible.
1 second. 1 second. We're going to take the question in 1 second. I want to get this first. Go ahead.
Dr. Dre.
Dre? Good Lord. I didn't know these guys are so evil and wicked that they talk about. I mean, they'll call them niggas is off, but damn. Most evil, Marakai.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, by Amrikar. Jay-Z?
If not with Denzel.
Denzel, the most evil nigga. I'm talking, y'all gotta understand what I mean. I'm talking about the most evil nigga.
El Chapo?
El Chapo, that's a good answer.
He's good.
No, I'm talking about, I'm not talking about a nigga that getting prominence in the earth. I'm talking about a nigga that's propagating the most evil amongst our people. Who's propagating evil?
You gotta see who's the most influential.
Who's the most evil? Terrell. For the win, brother.
He's not. I mean, I see you putting the pressure on me.
Who
For
was
the
about
win.
to say?
Well, I was gonna say he's not a Jake, but everybody thinks he's.
What were you gonna say?
Everybody thinks he's a Jake. He's the worst. He's horrible.
That can't
I'm gonna
Somebody
tell
said Obama?
you.
Two people got it in here.
They got it.
Only two people.
Who got it? Who got it? Shout their name.
Israelite.
Shouts
and,
out
and
to-
of course Ayathan.
Ayathan. Shout out to the strong soldier from the tribe of Ephraim, Ayathan. The most wicked nigga who I would think would be Young Thug. Can we agree now that that's been brought up? I mean, the nigga wears a 7-year-old girl's dress on, don't he? Right? He's got a video where he's a man and a woman in the video, and he's having sex. He's the man having sex with the woman, but he's both of them. It's called Best Friend. Check it out.
This is very true.
It's called Best Friend. Check it out. You know, which he's off. You know, but he's out of his. Well, what if I told you that GMS is friends with Young Thug? What if I told you that GMS goes to the club with Young Thug? What if I told you that GMS goes to the club with Young Thug and sings songs about committing adultery with other man's women?
What about,
And what if I show it to you?
hey,
Go ahead.
What about niggas with attitude?
Well, that's old.
NWA.
That was off, but that's old. That's what I'm talking about right now. Who's hot right now, which would be Young Thug. You see what I'm saying? All time, the NWAs, the J's, the who else was named? Who else was named? Dre. You know what I mean? All of them do. Dre is in the NWA. So all time, but as of right now, you know, who said Lil Wayne? Lil Wayne paved the way for Young Thug.
Definitely.
If Lil Wayne wouldn't have got at transitioned us from 4X tall tees to skinny jeans, a nigga couldn't put a dress on. There's somebody more evil than Lil Wayne. All right, the nigga who changed it from the Carter to the Barter. Okay, that's who's more evil than Lil Wayne. All right, and Great Millstone is kicking it with this nigga in the club, and I'm gonna show it to you. What's up?
So can we throw Birdman in there? Because you know Birdman's just the dirtiest one of all of them.
Listen, but Birdman is not putting on a dress calling niggas bait. This is the point. Who's propagating the most evil?
He started kissing Lil Wayne in the mouth.
Of course, but they wasn't trying to propagate. People got a hold of that and propagated that.
Right.
Who is purposely propagating evil? Young Thug. You know what I'm saying? Now, matter of fact, I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna share my screen because y'all gotta see that. Y'all not gonna believe it. That's why I said this brother gonna have to.
drive.
No, I'm going right to his Instagram. I've got it backed up in case niggas wanted to delete it, but I'm going right to his Instagram.
What's the name?
Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. That's what I'm saying. Just pull up the thing. Pull up the live stream out.
You're right.
Man, what's wrong with this? Hold on. This will not let me screen share.
The devil is a liar.
The devil is man, we're really having an issue here. Hold on. The water. All right, let's screen share. Here we go. Screen share. Wait till y'all see. Oh my God, I just can't believe it. I want to make sure I get some Young Thug. I want to just pull up some pictures of this guy. Make sure phones is on mute, please, or vibrate or whatever. Y'all just hold on. Let me present this to everybody. Make sure this is presented to everybody. Now, whatever's to drink, just somebody hurry up and give me something to drink, please. Here we go. Here we go. Dress. Let's take a look at this. This nigga in a dress. Oh yeah, the album cover.
The album cover.
As we see here, in a dress. Here, cheetah print dress. I mean, we know he's a faggot. Some other photographs. The little tutu, the little tutu. I mean, just mad faggot stuff going on, right? We everybody knows this. I'm giving y'all a refresher. Now watch this. We're gonna pull this up after. So here we are. I need to make sure everybody can see this. Now this is a Great Millstone member. All right, right here. When he's one of the members. A Great Millstone's Atlanta camp. All right. I'm gonna show y'all. Here he is right here. He's also Carrie Hilson's little brother. Everybody knows Carrie Hilson in the room. R&B singer, Pretty Girl Rock. Nobody knows Carrie Hilson. This is Carrie Hilson's little brother. He's in GMS. All right. So let me show y'all GMS Atlanta. You see that? Let's just take a look at one, man.
It's just not working.
What's that?
And by it, I mean you.
Okay. Okay. So let's take a look at GMS Atlanta. Right. Let's just take a quick look through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah. Just watch this. So let's take a look at GMS Atlanta. It's so funny. Great Millstone is a real joke, y'all. Y'all see this now? This is the latest upload. It's called Finale. If you don't get it, to hell with you, right? You have the actual elders of Great Millstone and one of their top and premier guys from Dallas that came to Atlanta to do this super camp. And who we see in the thumbnail? We see this dude in the thumbnail, right? This dude is in the thumbnail. Now let's get him. Let me bust him. He's with Recall. Y'all know about Recall from Great Millstone, right? Y'all know about Recall. And, you know, he's in a biker gang and commits adultery and stuff like that, just so everybody knows about him. You know, we ain't got on him in a minute. You see him with the fro in the back. I want to get a clearer shot of him. Y'all can see it right on this screen. Okay, I want to make sure everybody can see. Don't worry, I'm gonna move up a little bit and get a nice clear shot of the man. Was it on Recall? Damn, why is it so blurry? They gotta get a better camera. Look, he's right there too. Hold on, it's hella.
They would sabotage your video.
I know it might be the connection though. It might be the connection. He's right there.
I'm putting that because the rest of
Look, there you go. You see him? That's my man. It's him right here. Now watch this. And now mind you, this is a public Instagram page, so it's not a, you know, anybody can go look at this and verify the authenticity of, you know, what we're doing, what we getting ready to show and display. DJ Halftime is who he is. Here we go, right here. Y'all watch now. Come on. It's all right. You ain't gotta play too much. You know, it's all right because I got to download. Watch this. Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all see that? Wait a minute. Now he's talking about, I seen your boy header in the DM. This is what he's singing. Finding adultery. First. Then he immediately turns the camera to his boy Slim Thug. What's Slim Thug? I mean, not Slim doing that. This guy who knows he's a Hebrew Israelite, supposed to be in the truth, a member of a camp. What is it? Do we recognize that as a satanic hand sign? So you kicking it with this dude in the club, adultery, and the first thing this nigga do is hit up the Baphomet, and you post this on your social media page. You don't rebuke this dude. You don't check this dude. He throws up the straight up Baphomet. This is what happened. Look, you see the spirit pausing right there? I've been trying to get this video to pause right there since I seen it. I couldn't do it. The spirit, it just happened. You see that? But these guys, this organization teaches that they have 100% truth. They teach that if you not down with, they're gonna kill you, literally. But God ain't gonna kill young who puts on dresses, who clearly just gave his allegiance to Satan, and you with him, you with him. So if he got an allegiance with Satan and you with him, that's the question. One second. We're gonna get right through this and then we're gonna open it up. So this is crazy, right? And he's giving him a platform. And he said on the road with Thugger. He tagged him. You see what I'm saying? Like, he wants people to know, like, he thinks this is cool. You're in the truth. You know the truth. You should think wickedness and madness and folly, even if for whatever reason you have to work with these individuals. You know what I'm saying? Some brothers, and you may have to work around certain individuals and, you know, whatever. Devil with the white man. If, let's say, you work with them or you some type of producer, and let's say you might sell these individuals, that's one thing, but you got to go to the club with them. You got to sing songs with them. You got to put them on your Instagram while they throw up demonic hand gestures. What? That's not. And you could have took a picture with any rapper in the world except this dude. Like, it's the worst nigga you could be kicking it with. The worst possible, like, how are you with the worst possible guy of all time? Right. What's funny is it's another Israelite camp. Fine. Who's her? Y'all heard before? They based out of Chicago. Solid brothers. One of the brothers in that camp, he is a producer. He's been a producer for years. He is a producer. So he took a picture with ASAP Rocky. We know about, everybody knows ASAP Rocky, right, in the class. So when GMS saw the picture that he took with ASAP Rocky, GMS made a video and called him a faggot for taking a picture with ASAP Rocky. They called him that. So if he's a faggot for taking a picture with ASAP Rocky, what's your man? Right. That's what I want to know. I'm really, hold on. Let's take a look at this. 10 Young Thug lyrics that'll leave you saying, WTF. Let's take a look at this. We need to really analyze. I read something earlier that just was shocking. That this has said that I didn't even know he said. I knew he said some gay stuff, but this dude said some really shocking things here. All right. So let's take a look at some of these quotes of Young Thug. So let's take a look at this. He said, this is a very interesting quote. Where's this Aaliyah picture? Okay, on a song where he featured with a Gucci Man, Young LA, and some individual named DK. He said, I just seen my dope come out of the baby's nose. Aaliyah, I'ma rock the baby's boat. So why is cocaine coming out of an infant's nose? And why are you rocking an infant's boat? It sounds like some Pizzagate stuff.
I was just about to say Pizzagate.
What type of weird? Why are you talking about rocking a baby's butt. That's interesting. Let's continue. Let's continue. Let's find some more stuff. Some of this stuff is not so much. He's just talking about women in a very derogatory way, which he says here that girls want to have sex with his dog, and he literally names his actual dog. That's very strange. See, yeah, some of this is bad. Now he says this. He also, what's that thing he said? He also said something about a girl not being able to give him an erection, also, which is very, very gay. See, look, this might not have been the best website.
On that song, Guwap, he said he'll pull up and pop at your kids.
Now I want to see it. I want to see. I need him to get. I know. I want to really see his gay lyrics. I think this is like a PC website. They didn't really put no gay lyrics in there. Now I want to see. Here we go. I need to see. I need to see his most suspect lyrics, because this is who dudes is hanging out with, and it's cool. How many people know about the brother Deacon Akad's album that just came out?
Hey, look,
What?
they quoting this dude right now.
Yes, if somebody could give me some quotes, please.
Hey, Brother Hassan says, if cops pull up, I'll put that crack in my crack.
Of course. Oh yeah. Now hold on. Now also painted fingernails. Right. All right. Which is an Egyptian faggot custom. Calling men bae. And his husband.
When he say pass me the dick, referring to a blunt. They call blunts dicks.
Yeah. Out there they do.
Wow.
You got a bunch and this is real. I remember
when they talking about the extendo, you know, they talking about they put the dick in the block.
Well, I done heard niggas say that about the thing about referring to a blunt as a dick is you suck on it. You know, we just going into that. How them blunts and them cigarettes and all that, them are phallic symbols. You see what I'm saying? So even back to the whole sucking on a I mean, it's gay. You see what I'm saying when you really think about it. So this is what guys who are in the knowledge of the Most High God are doing. Who say, and again, they'll call you gay. They literally said the brother songs, Deacon Akad Camp, 8 records, all about. They literally said he was wicked and evil for doing that.
Got all messed up.
They got all messed up about a nigga dropping 8 records that was only about the truth, only about the Bible. And hang around and listen to all these evil music. And that's, you know, in your downtime, the dude that a little girl's blouse.
Right.
That's cool.
Right.
You know what I mean? But, you know, making a song about the Most High Bible, that's just the worst thing you can do. You see what I'm saying? That's insanity, right? I can't even, I just want to see why.
Yeah, we see you.
Oh yeah, we see you, and we
see him.
hold on, and I see you right here too, Ray Millstone. See him? Look at him. There you go. There you go.
Oh boy.
Oh wee, that's y'all boy. Look at Recall. I wonder what they saying. Now give me the scripture about letting your light shine. Now, this same individual, this brother we know that's a rapper, right, in the Chicago ITR camp that they called a homosexual for taking a picture with SICARRI. This same dude, we recently did about Lil Bibby, he's an Israelite. This brother who, so Lil Bibby is on his own Instagram live talking about how he's an Israelite, right? How he just found out he can't eat pork and such because one of his producers is in the truth, does the work, etc., etc. So where's Young Thug doing that at? If this individual is around Young Thug, why is this a faggot and it's worshiping Satan and evil as hell? But you cool though, right? This and they'll give me a hypocrite scripture. A lot of them in the Bible, because you know the most for Yahushua, I can't stand no hypocrite. That it's just a horrible thing to be. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Book of Matthew. Says, let your light so shine before.
Shine. Where was your light shining? Again, let's go back to this video. I just want. You said I seen your girl post a BM, and then what? He's singing it. He's singing it into that camera about secretly messaging another man's wife. Give me Sirach 9-9 real quick. Quick, fast. Your man in the camp ain't taught you that, and you see he got that beard. Y'all see the beard, the struggle beard that I just came into the truth beard. He got it here. And he's actively on these Instagram accounts. So let's say he come back and say, well, Shalom. Let's say he come back and say, well, I did that before I was in the truth or whatever madness he may say. Okay, why is it still in your IG? Why aren't you ashamed? Why would you leave that up and you should get rid of that? That's shameful. You know what I mean? But we're going to go further into it, and we're going to go to his other Instagram, because this is his pseudo-truth Instagram called Knowledge is Power. He's got another Instagram, DJ something. We're going to go look at that in a second, too, and we're going to take a look at some more questionable things. But go ahead. Sirach 9-9.
Book of Sirach, chapter 9, verse 9. Sit not at all with another man's wife.
Sit not at all with another man's wife. That's right in the Bible. But you're bragging about direct messaging privately another man's wife. Read.
Nor sit down with her in thine arms.
That's disgusting. Now, again, what do we see here? He's hitting it up. First thing he does, again, pause it again. He's hitting that up. He's letting you know who his allegiance is with. So you ain't been able to shed no truth to him. But my man's is a homo. But he's actually teaching brothers that they're Hebrew Israelites. And they declaring it. Guys that's in the industry of with fame, notoriety, things of that nature. They know they in the truth. You know what I mean? They declaring it. This nigga still worshiping Satan and wearing dresses and being a homosexual and walking around with a girl that is just for looks, just there for appearance purposes. You know, Ali Vegas was just bringing it out. He Ali Vegas. A lot of people don't know Ali Vegas. Ali Vegas was supposed to blow in the early 2000s. Ali Vegas was supposed to blow a rapper out of Queens, I believe. He was signing Lamar Odom. We all know Lamar Odom, right? He was Lamar Odom's artist. They didn't let him blow. Pause. And the reason is because and he said it, he brought it out. He said what happens is before, like after you or right before you sign your deal, they're gonna tell you, you know, we want to go celebrate. Let's go out to celebrate. You'll go out to celebrate, and they're gonna take you somewhere, and there's gonna be some weird stuff going on. And if you're not with what's going on, you're not gonna get that contract. You're not gonna get what comes with that. You know what I mean? Not the big money. You can get some money, you can get this, you can get that, but you ain't gonna get no big money unless you're willing to compromise. And what he said was this. He said, basically, it's you know, just like with any high-end or any type of party, it's a big brother doing security there 9 times out of 10 at the door. You got to get past this brother in order to get into the spot.
Right.
So he said, when you walk in, dude don't frisk you or nothing like that. He don't wave no wand. You know what he does? He try to grab your rod. And if you let him, he lets you in. But if you're not with it, you can't get into the party. So he said when he goes and he sees that's what's going on, he's like, yo, nah, I'm not for that. So he goes and leaving the party, and he don't name names, but he says some of your favorite rappers are coming into the party. And he's like, yo, y'all know what's going on in there? And they're like, yeah, it's crazy, right? And go their ass right in. You see what I'm saying? So that's what goes on. And you know, if you want to get onto a certain echelon, you know, why do you think they want to shut the internet down? Because the internet, of course, it exposes them. But on top of that, you can circumvent that whole system now with the internet. You could become a huge artist strictly off the internet. You see what I'm saying? Or anything, on any level, off the internet. You put your stuff on YouTube or whatever for free, and people can like you just naturally. Now they can't just control. They used to just be able to spoon feed whoever. You know what I mean? Now they grab it. Now they seeing you get hot online. They're trying to hurry up and snatch you up. So they could, because remember when Young Thug first came out, what's that song? He had Danny Glover, right? He had that song, Danny Glover.
When did Stoner first?
He had Stoner first. You're right. You're right. Stoner was his first record, right? Boom. Nobody knew who the hell Young Thug was. All of a sudden, here comes Stoner. Okay, cool. That heats up because they had what's my man? Adrian Broner. Remember Adrian Broner was doing the dance, and then they had that video, and then Madonna beat him down. Yeah. They had that. Boom. This is how he kind of got on that way. Then he came with Danny Glover, Nicki Minaj up on it. He got big. Then all of a sudden, the niggas in a dress. They see you heating up online. Let's grab this nigga real quick. And they signed him to what? What record label? Who knows the label?
300.
300 Entertainment. Who owns 300 Entertainment?
Any drama in?
No. Who owns 300 Entertainment is a Israeli hedge fund group. A bunch of Jewish men own 300 Entertainment. And they snatched up a lot of talent, a lot of black talent on purpose.
Yeah, they got Lil Uzi.
They got Lil Uzi. The Migos are signed to 300 Entertainment now. A lot of people are signed to 300 Entertainment, but he was one of their first signees, which was Young Thug. And then all of a sudden he had a dress on. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And if you remember at first when he was under Gucci, he was just that regular dude standing on the block.
He wasn't even. At first he was from free bands.
Exactly.
At first he was from free
bands with Casino and all of that.
Exactly. But he didn't even have a song out.
He didn't have a song. He was just on there.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. And now look at him. You see what I'm saying? But we know everybody. It's not hard to see the type of Satanism he's propagating with putting on dresses and all the weird stuff that he's doing. But you supposed to be in the knowledge, and you out kicking it with this dude, singing about getting with other men's women.
Oh.
What type of example is that set as a man that's supposed to have responsibility as a leader and as a teacher in this nation?
Oh.
Make no sense. So, oh, my fault. So now, give me the hypocrite verses, please. But again, now about anything hypocrisy. Now, so again now, now put the shoe on the other foot. This same group of guys that's out with Young Thug call somebody a homo for taking a picture with A$AP Rocky. You see what I'm saying?
Gone.
I didn't see A$AP Rocky wearing no little girls dressed up. I didn't see that. Now there's some suspect stuff with A$AP Rocky. Let's not get that twisted. But he didn't go into JCPenney's junior section and buy a dress stuff and then put it on. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy, right?
Right. Yes, Dave Chappelle gave his testimony on Oprah, I think, about that.
The dress, they make the Negro put on the dress, right? So, yeah, come, but go ahead.
Cause the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 1, verse 29.
Read.
Be not a hypocrite.
Be not a hypocrite. Read.
In the sight of men.
We all can see the hypocrisy of this organization right now. For how let this have been any other Israelite group in the world. Let this have been me with Young Thug.
Right.
Let this have been General Yohana, Nathaniel 7. Any other Israelite group. Let us have been with Young Thug. We would be getting crucified by this same group who's with Young Thug. And it's funny because the way a lot of his work, you know, who knows that scripture? Judge, lest not you be judged. Everybody know that scripture. The Christian church will use that scripture as an excuse to never condemn somebody for doing wrong. That has nothing to do with that scripture.
Right.
Matter of fact, somebody get it. Please. Go on. Go ahead.
I was going to say, while he's getting that, it says, be not a hypocrite in the sight of men. While you posting that on a social network, that's putting your hypocrisy out for anyone to see.
In the sight, everybody can see it. You better try to, you a hypocrite, you better try to hide that, man. And stop being one. Go ahead, what's up, Bob?
Alright, so with the hypocrite thing,
Uh-huh.
because I have social media.
Yes, sir.
You know, I'm kind of like popular, not too much, but like I put like good stuff on there, like knowledgeable stuff about Caesar Borgard, that one dude.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So Jesus.
Yes, sir.
But at times I will put like ratchet stuff up there, sometimes like ratchet quotes, ratchet quotes. Is that being like two-faced?
Well,
I put good stuff, then I put like
I'm gonna tell
regular stuff.
it depends. It depends on the nature and the context of it. You see what I'm saying? Are you going? You know, it would vary per case because you could also post certain things that we can consider ratchet also as a form of teaching. You see what I'm saying? Also, as to say sometimes, and also it's even with all that said, it's not like you can't get a laugh. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
At the same time, but also we have to be careful on what we're propagating and what we're co-signing. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you make a post a meme or something, and it's to say, look how stupid you look, how many of y'all look, because y'all are you fit this to a T. You know what I mean? Or you could just say, man, this is crazy, and the crying, laughing. You know what I mean? It's a joke. It's different context of how what you post. You know what I mean? And as you grow in quote unquote consciousness and spirituality, you kind of gain a better understanding of what what's cool, what's not cool. You see what I'm saying? Where am I? Am I walking the line? Am I crossing the line? Am I a hypocrite now? You know what I mean?
Because I feel like with myself, like I feel like I walk the line.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know my enlightenment because I went through something that opened my senses and made me more wise into different things. But like I had a situation, like it's just like I know what I'm doing. Okay, I can put it in like a situation that just happened to me. So like okay, like a long time ago when I was younger, like I did like a lot of not bad stuff to people, but with women,
Mm-hmm.
like I did like bad stuff to where like I would whip. Okay, I'll just say it because I'm over that now. So I have my baby mama, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
And it was at like a point in my life to where I knew I didn't want to be with her no more.
Mm-hmm.
But I would help her out because she had my kids.
Yeah, exactly.
And so like she had her auntie,
Mm-hmm.
but it was only auntie by marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And like she didn't like how she was doing me, and she didn't like how she was getting done by her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Then like I ended up like having sex with her.
Okay.
So I had sex with her, and I knew it was wrong.
Exactly.
And I called my friend, one of my friends.
You knew it was wrong then.
Yeah, I knew it was wrong.
Exactly.
And I called my friend. He told me it was wrong. Like, don't do it. But I was like, I just did it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then now moving forward in my life, I have more knowledge, so I know. And I got into that situation again with another woman.
Mm-hmm.
And she came forward to me and she told me like off the front, like she's married, this and that. And like she lives in another place, like she's far, and like, I know I'm not gonna probably maybe not do nothing with her, but she still sent me like a picture.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
And she got off the phone like, oh, my husband's here, I can talk to you. She's like stuff like that. So like, is that bad? Like, is that like I'm not really doing good?
Yeah, that's very bad. That's very bad. You know what I mean?
Right? So walking the line, I'm falling back into the same thing.
You fall back. That's even worse than walking the line. You know what I mean? So you gotta get out of it. You know what I mean? You gotta get away. If you know about Joseph in the Bible, right? Who was in Egypt? You familiar with a little bit? Well, Joseph was in Egypt. He started to gain power in Egypt, right? He worked his way up like as a servant in Pharaoh's house. There's a story about Pharaoh's wife wanting to sleep with him when Pharaoh wasn't around. Joseph ran out the house. You see what I'm saying? He took off. Sometimes you gotta literally run from a situation like that. You know what I mean? Literally. You know what I mean? How much more, if you don't have to actually hightail it out of there, run from that situation. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, Art.
And okay, so like I said, I know like sometimes I know it's bad, sometimes I don't know. So like I'm trying to do the right thing.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to move forward in my life.
That's right. Yeah, move forward.
I got a lot.
Come.
And it's like, okay, so a scenario right now I have is like right now I'm single,
Yes, sir.
I got into something with my ex
Uh-huh.
that I felt that she wasn't loyal to me, and that was the person like I changed for,
Yeah, yes, sir.
I didn't cheat on her. I bought her rings. I did everything in my power to be I went to marry her.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
But I felt that she wasn't the same way. She was
Exactly.
So I broke up with her, and I had a mental breakdown, and that's when everything came forward.
Okay. Boom.
So
Perfect.
now, it's like I have this person I talk to,
Mm-hmm.
and like she's the only person like I have whatever with.
Mm-hmm.
but like she's doing stuff that she shouldn't do,
Mm-hmm.
and like she gives me money.
Mm-hmm. I see what you're
The
saying.
only person that I'm not doing nothing for nobody else.
Yes, sir.
Like I don't know if it's like if that's okay, but like
I'm gonna show you.
Ask her to give me money, she just gives it to me.
Okay.
And it's like
What? Let me ask you without saying too much. What do you mean does stuff she shouldn't do? Without saying, you ain't got to, you know what I mean? You can tell me in so many words. I ain't, you know what I mean? I ain't slow.
Yeah, I mean, she gets tipped by people.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. I'm going to show you right now. Let's go to Deuteronomy 23 and 17 to about 18, I think.
God, this is Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23, verse 17.
Read on.
There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
No whore of the daughters of Israel, right? Go ahead.
Nor sodomite of the sons of Israel.
Right, read on.
Thou shalt not bring the hire of a whore.
The hire of a whore. Read.
Or the price of a dog into the house of Yahweh thy power for any vow. For even both these are an abomination unto Yahweh thy power.
So that money that she's getting, it's an abomination. So you shouldn't be accepted.
But it's like, I know it's bad, but it's like how it is. Like, I know she's doing it right now. That's the only thing she could do.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like stir her to the right path.
Well, you got to stir her to the right path. What you're doing as far as trying to get her out of that is,
I'm trying to get her a job. I'm trying to fix her resume.
That's great.
She won't have to do that.
All that is great, right? Yeah. We know that who the world calls Christ, who did he company with? Publicans, harlots. You see them? You know, he kicked it with hoes.
With that one girl, they said she had nothing to do.
Right, Mary Magdalene,
yeah,
right?
Mary Magdalene.
So, but of course, when he was kicking it with, he wasn't just kicking it with hoes. You know what I mean? He was around them in order to, you know, get them out of that. You see them, lead them, you know, to the right path. So what you're doing as far as trying to get that sister out of that,
and she has a kid too,
yeah,
so.
that's what you're doing is a great, powerful, but don't take that. Don't take that money. You see what I'm saying? Don't take that money, because that money, God hates that money. You see what I'm saying? So you don't want to take that. You see, get her out of that.
Even if I take the money, I do good things with it. Like,
I understand,
like to my brother,
but
my little brother,
I get it, right? Yeah. But this is what we have to understand. Like, when I first came into the knowledge, I still sold drugs. And I looked at it like, number one, I never liked drugs. I never did drugs, but I knew drugs is a cash crop. It's always going to pay. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It's always going to pay. 1 second now. So with that being said, I would still sell drugs knowing what I know initially when I came in. And I would say, well, my whole rationalization would be, well, look, they're going to get it anyway. So I might as well profit off of it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Eventually, after you grow, you realize that ain't cool. You see what I'm saying? We can't be putting our hand forth in that. You see what I'm saying? On any level. So we have to, you ever heard the saying, all money ain't good money? All money ain't good money. Right. You see what I'm saying? Even if you try to do something good with it, money ain't good money. Go ahead.
The power of all evil is money.
Sorry, go ahead.
The power of all evil is money.
Well, the root of all evil is the love. Is the love of money. You see what I'm saying? It's you lusting after the things of the world, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like me, I don't care for money. Like me myself, like I have no care for money. Like I don't care about it. So it's like
you're beyond that.
Yeah, when I get money, I try to like I'll give it to my dad. But hey, dad, you need something? I'll give it to my dad or my little brother. He plays basketball. Like, hey, here's like $40.
That's good.
And I do that, but it's like I just want to make sure because you know sometimes I have questions. Like
of course.
I try to do right stuff. Like I'm with her. Like I'm trying to steer her to like the banks, help her son out.
Yeah, that's right. That's good. Yeah. Just don't take that money. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you right. What you're doing with the money, you're doing good with the money. That's good. Just don't do it with that money, because that money's not good money. You see what I'm saying? We ain't no laundering, ain't no laundering for that money, right? Real quick, we'll go to him and come right to you. Go ahead, Op.
I just had a precept.
Beautiful. Go ahead.
So the point is, you're trying to bring something that's from sin. You're getting money from sin and trying to make it clean. And you're trying to do that for the Most High. The scripture says something completely against that. In Job 14:4, it says, "Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean?"
That's right. There you go. Boom. You bring it clean out of, like he said, not one. You can't do it. You see what I'm saying? So that's why don't do it. You know what I mean? That's what I'll advise. You know, start there. But what you're doing as far as building with the sister, trying to get her out of that, that's a grand thing. Do that at all costs. Because that's what we're supposed to be doing. Nigga in the world will tell you, you got a cape on. Call it whatever you want.
That's me.
Listen, fine, I got a cape on it. Because that's God told me to put a cape on and save all of my people as much as I can. That's the idea is to save people. But don't save her, she don't want to be saved. She needs to be saved. You got to save her from herself sometimes. You know, by our recall.
I was just thinking about the money thing. I'm not sure, I could be wrong on this, but Judas Iscariot, when he took money and then didn't want to give it back.
Yeah, exactly. When Judas Iscariot took that money, the Negro that gave him the money, he tried to come and bring it back to him. They were like, nah, we don't want that money. Nigga, that's blood money. I don't want that money. He had to throw that money away in the potter's field. You know what I'm saying? And then that's where he hung himself at when you go into the gospel and it tells you that. So even them, they knew. They were like, nah, that's blood money. That's blood money. Go ahead.
You got the elites that'll make you, they'll try to get brothers to take a bag, right?
Take a bag, yeah. And then once you take appreciate you. And then once you take the bag, you can't give it back. You know what I mean?
Did that in the movie.
What?
They took the money and they tried to give it back. He was like, nah.
The barbershop. Yeah, barbershop. They did it.
But nah, it's an analogy we always bring up of a creature called Leviathan, right? It's the big snake-like creature, and one of the images they have is him wrapped around in a circle and he's biting his tail, and that's pretty much what that is. Like, with you taking the money and then doing good things with it, you're still encouraging her to continue to get the money that way. At the same time, you're trying to stop these things from happening, yet you perpetuating the evil, wicked thing. Yeah, so it's almost like it's just a continual, endless cycle.
Think about the powerful statement you're gonna make to her when you refuse the money.
Right. It's like sweeping upstairs.
She gonna say,
yeah, because
damn, he don't want to take it.
I asked her and I was like, why did you give me that? And I asked you. She was like,
yeah, I'm not. Yeah, basically you saying like I'm not. You're not sending her out there. You know what I'm saying? She's doing that on her own. And then, you just like, I didn't ask for that. You know what I'm saying?
And I just feel bad because she's by herself. She got a son. And like, the son said,
that's how the game goes.
That's messed up. I have to help her out. She got nobody else. No, the father's not there.
You ever heard that line Jay-Z said? He says, my Spanish broad introduced me to Kane. He said something like, I'm in the industry now, and all the crazy like skin chicks is loving me now. So that's usually how it go, bro. A girl can turn the dude out. You know what I'm saying? She's yeah, she can manipulate you. Like you could be the square dude that don't know nothing, and she's out here doing her thing, and then she comes in and she gives you the bread, and you like, where does this come from? She's like, so, nah, I want you to look nice, I want you to do this, do that, but you know what I mean? Like you said, she by herself, she do that. Anybody that got any type of sense is gonna see that and then be like, you know what? I'm, be that protection. I'm gonna come pick you up from, from the spot. I'm gonna do this. Or sometimes when, girls in another type of industry, you dropping them off, picking them up, doing all these type of things. Now you in the game. Now you a pimp. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to be that.
No, I told her that though. I was like, I'm not trying to be that.
Exactly.
I've never been in my life. Never tried. I just help people out if I can.
Exactly.
I never want to have that label.
Yeah, exactly, right. And that's what I say. What you're doing, especially your intentions is good. You know what I mean? Just don't take that back from that. You know what I mean? And keep working with that sister. You know what I mean? And then and her child and all that. Because if you can bring her out of that, that's that you did a powerful work. You did a powerful thing, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, like the Chief Priest said, man, all money ain't good money. You ever seen them old school hood movies? When the plug would come on and have the racket try to toss some funds at mom. Try to break mom, do all some money. What mom say? Throw the money back.
Jason's lyric.
That's blood money. It's all types of movies. We can name movie after movie. We've been seeing that where that money got blood on it, man.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, boom. Where was we at? We had something else. I called the hypocrite. We called for something else.
I
got
a couple more.
Go ahead with the hypocrite verses.
I got something that made you pull a precept. I'll read it again, maybe you'll do that.
Yeah, Matthew. But yeah, bring that back out about the hypocrite, because that's what we got going on. A lot of hypocrisy. I gotta get some more of this guy's pictures up there too.
Back in the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 1, verse 29. Be not a hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest.
Say good heat without speakers. He's speaking about DMing somebody girl on the low. Where's the good heat taken there? There wasn't no good heat. Go ahead,
Proverbs 11:9. A hypocrite with his mouth destroyeth his neighbor, but through knowledge shall the just be delivered. And that's one thing he's pretty much depriving his brother of. You know what I mean? Quoting those lyrics and being in the club with him and turning up and, you know, encouraging that type of behavior. So all it takes is to, you know what I mean, say something to your brother, one, get the blood off your hands and try to take that man out of that death and bring him back into that life. What you got?
Okay, because you know I do music too.
Right.
And you know I'm pretty good at it. Like, I know I could go places, but like I never really like put all my efforts towards that. Like people told me, like I still do shows. People ask me stuff, so and I rap about different stuff like that goes on. So is it bad? Like when you're a rapper and you're rapping about like the women and the drugs and
I mean, like it's like the brother said, man. It just depends on the direction that you're going in. You know what I'm saying? It's like this. What did Deke say? He said, my flow is cracked. My flow is cracked. My fans is fiends. You think I'm serving cream, but he said it in the context in which what he's talking about is hot, is powerful, and people are gonna gravitate to it, meaning it's truth. You know what I mean? So even though he used a worldly metaphor, the whole song is about, what song was that? That's Bar Mitzvah, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Bar Mitzvah. So the whole song is about, you know what I'm saying, bringing brothers into this truth, you know, coming out of the world and turning your life around. And then he just dropped that in there. So if you want to talk about the women, it's got to be in a direction that's taking them away from, you know, the pole and the blade. You know what I'm saying? So it's a direction that you're taking it in. And like real quick, like you said earlier, you was like, oh, well, I'll post ratchet stuff on there. I'll post ratchet stuff on my Facebook, but it ain't never like, you know, how the lyric goes, something in the BM. So I hit her in the DM. If you perpetuating adultery, that's what I wanted you to get. Get Leviticus. If you perpetuating adultery, you know what I'm saying? That's not what we're about. You can say funny stuff.
Well, he got the Young Thug hat and the shirt.
Yeah.
That's how much of a fanboy this Negro is.
He's really promoting this dude. He's gonna have a dress on in a minute, but like I said, you go on my Facebook, man. I'll laugh all day at Facebook. And the thing is just, you know, it's the direction that you're trying to take people in.
Because it's like right now, how I am, like right now, I'm trying to like be a good person. You know, like, I had jobs where like I was working for mortgage companies, I was working for a telecommunications company, and I just quit based off their ethics. And I had people mad at me because at my mortgage company, I was making like over $500 a week. And like I quit it, and I always quit jobs. And like right now, I have no job. Like, I have no job right now, and I'm just out here like really living and trying to like do all this stuff the right way, you know. And sometimes I know I'm only human, you know, and I get tempted, you know. Like, I have thoughts of doing stuff that I know I could do and make a lot of money, but I don't do it though. And like I'm not happy, like my life ain't that good, you know. I own nothing. Like I have nothing that I own with my name no more. And so like right now I'm just trying to like, you know, figure out the right stuff, because like I am kind of confused, you know, like the Christian stuff, but like I gravitate more towards this stuff, but I still have my doubts about like certain stuff, you know. And I'm just trying to like clear my thoughts out, like about the Jesus Christ thing, because you know I was brought up on Jesus, how you know it was and different stuff. So it's like at a time I know in my heart, it's like I know like I can't back away and like say I don't believe in Jesus Christ. Like it's like I'm scared to do that, you know. But then I have people that come around me that say different stuff and this and that. So I try to research, like on my phone. That's all I do. I don't watch TV. I like research a ton of stuff to try to figure out all the answers. I try to figure out where I come from, like my background, my last name.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I can figure out where my home is at. So I can figure out what do we
do where I'm from?
Yeah, where I was from, and I'm figuring out different stuff. And it's still confusing me, like about the Roman Catholics. I know what they did, that, like how they did King James. I know about that whole scenario. I know about Caesar, and I know about other stuff, the Christian Knights, how stuff they did, the treasures and stuff, like all the corrupt stuff that happened.
Yes, sir.
And I'm like, at the end of the day, like sometimes I look at the book and I'm like, how can I believe this if I never seen the scrolls? They keep locked away in those buildings for nobody else to see. And even if I got to the scrolls, I wouldn't be able to read the scrolls because I don't know the ancient language. Because I have so many barriers to where I find stuff, but it's in another language. And I say, I can't even read this.
Exactly.
So I'm saying, how can I really trust the stuff that's other people have been duplicating when I can go straight to the source.
Mm-hmm.
The scrolls, they have the scrolls locked away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
They would never let us see it with our own eyes.
Exactly.
And so like I go to tons of sites, I do tons of African research, tons of stuff, just to try to get through my confusions and stuff. And like no lie, it's the point. Like every day is like a battle with me. Like I get to some points like it's dark to where I'll be like, it's not worth it. I'd rather just do this stuff, go ahead and rob this guy, I could get away. I could do this with this woman and I just could have pleasure here right now.
Mm-hmm.
And if I had hell my whole life, so sometimes I think about like what can hell really be? Like I suffer so much living this life.
Well, yeah,
so,
no, this is hell. You're here.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, there ain't no, ain't no place where you go where you burn at. You know what I mean? That's not real. This is where you burning at. You know what I mean? Like it says, when it says he had brought the children of Israel out of Egypt, he said, I brought them out of the fiery furnace of affliction. You know what I mean? That was hell to the Israelites of old. When you're getting, driven harshly in harsh conditions in the hot Egyptian sun, you know what I mean, all day. That's what hell is, and how do we parallel that with what we've gone through in America? You know what I'm saying? It's hell. That's what it is. Like you said, you've had hell, and what the hell is hell if this ain't hell? You know what I mean? How is it? What's worse than this? What we've been going through? You know what I mean? Nothing.
I'll be thinking that to myself, and I'd be like, "It's nothing worse." Like I've been in trouble for stuff I didn't do, just for not talking about it. I got sentenced just for not telling on somebody.
Yeah, exactly. How is that? How does that work? I didn't say anything.
That killed my whole youth just for not saying something because I knew about it. And I like keep getting the short end of the stick, and I'm like, I'm doing everything right, and I'm getting prosecuted for this, and I'm living bad. Like, and it's like it's crazy to me, and that's where my confusion comes in. Like, I'm suffering right now. It's always just crazy, and I'm trying to look for answers, trying to find all the answers to where.
Give me. I need you. I need you to get. What is it? What is the scripture I need? I need as sons. That's what I need. You know what I'm talking about?
Proceed with your sons.
Yes, sir. That's what I need. You got that? Yeah. Somebody get it for me, please. I'm gonna show you something. Everything you're saying is powerful.
We got a few. I got a few. We got to get to.
You touching on a lot of powerful and valuable points right now. And we want to address some of those. You see what I'm saying? To clear up some confusion. Because, like you said, we growing up in the Christian church, we hear all these things. Of course, we know about the biggest and most obvious lie is the white man, the white Jesus. We know that's out. That's out. But here's another thing. We grew up our whole life fearing hell, right? But like you said, wait, I'm in hell. What is this other place that we're going to go to? We don't find it in the Bible. When you deal with the research of the Roman Catholics, you understand that this concept was integrated from Greek mythology with Hades, but then even later it was embellished upon with Dante's Inferno. When you read about Dante's Inferno, they just did a movie. They just did a movie about Dante's Inferno, right? Which was out of control. So many things that were just not in the Bible were just in the movie, and they act like it's a part of the Bible. But whatever, but this is where that whole concept is. So when they came out with Dante's Inferno, they were using it as a control mechanism. When they would go and they would have their Sunday Mass, and everybody would come to them Sunday Mass in them churches, they would use all these very graphic and detailed descriptions of hell in order to frighten everybody into conforming. You see what I'm saying? That's how they would do it, with that fear. They fearmonger. You know what I mean? If you don't do what the papacy says, you're gonna go into this unbearable, indescribable punishment of fire. No, that ain't real. When we didn't do what the Most High told us to do, we went into the hell that we're going through now. We got put on ships, and we know everything that comes after we get on that boat. You see what I'm saying? Up until now. This is what we go through when we violate the covenant or the contract that we made with the Most High. You see what I'm saying? That's what hell is. Hell is nothing and can be nothing outside of that. Because you know what hell means? When you look up the word hell in Hebrew, what's translated as hell, when you look it up, it just says, the definition just says grave. Your grave. You see what I'm saying? So that's not just your literal place where you, of course, get laid at. That's when you is in a dead state. We're out here and we're dead right now. You see what I'm saying? Because what can we do?
And so
go ahead.
Another quick question. I was talking to a lady friend that I have. She's into like deeper than I am, and she told me a book like what is it? Is it the Quran?
Torah, the Torah.
The Torah, yeah, the Torah is
The Torah. That's just the first 5 books of the Bible. That's what the Torah is. The first 5 books.
So I would need to, because she gave me on the website, so I would need to get that and also have the regular Bible.
Well, now you get the regular Bible has a Torah. Yeah, because the King James version is on point. You can get like they have a scroll version, like of the Torah and stuff like that. But the Torah is in the King James version. You see what I'm saying? You may can find a translation that maybe differs a little bit, but even then it doesn't differ really all that much. You see what I'm saying? So the KJV, the reason why the KJV is so good to have is, like, for example, when we out there teaching and we bringing out what we bringing out, the first thing one of our people says is, "What Bible is that?" They think we made some Bible up. Wow. As soon as we say King James, they shut up because it's the most widely accepted Bible.
It has the little things on the side or something out reading, right? It's the only Bible that has
it's got in the margin, in the margins, and then also you have it's one of the earliest English translation, and it was the most authoritative up until the Protestants start doing what they're doing, and the Catholics had their own version. Exactly, but for the most part, it matches up with the ancient scrolls and how it's compared. Or there's anytime you translate something, there's discrepancy.
So what about the I have another question.
Water.
So the New Testament, what is that? Is that good to read?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The New Testament is just, number one, the first 4 books of the New Testament is telling us about the lives and times, some of the lives and times and exploits of who the world calls Christ, right? The black man, right? And then after that, you have the missionary work that the men who were set up by him did in those afterward. Missionary work, advisory letters written to certain churches who were functioning under Roman rule. You see what I'm saying? So it's good for us to read that. Why? Because we're under Roman rule. You see what I'm saying?
And so because how King James, he was Hebrew, but after
he was black.
King James thing, he started being a Christian.
Now, well, he was an Israelite by nationality.
Yeah.
But he was an Anglican or of the Church of England by religion. At this point in time, once we go to 300 AD, everybody either was a Catholic or some were still practicing the laws of our ancient customs. But for the most part, niggas was Catholic. Then the splinter groups of Catholicism began to rise and Islam came later, right? But initially, everybody came with Catholicism. Black people created Catholicism to rule the world and ruled the world with Catholicism for many, many years until white people infiltrated the Roman Catholic Church, right? Yeah. So with Pope Alexander VI, Caesar Borgia's father, that's the first white man to come into power, right? So that's how Caesar Borgia is the white Messiah, because he was the son of the white man that brought white people back. You see what I'm saying? So that's why to them that's their Messiah.
And so we call it. So you say you
we Hebrew Israelites. We're not. Of course, we're not religious identifying. People can argue, or play with the Christian term. Yeah, either of those terms is fine. Christian. The reason why we don't like the term Christian is because the term Christian is identified with people who are in the religion of Christianity. Technically, Christian just means a follower of Christ, which we are followers of Christ. Yeah. But that term colloquially has been perverted, so we don't like to use the term. You know what I'm saying? For that, we don't identify as that. But also, we have to remember sometimes you got to become all things to all men. That's what Paul taught us, right? Becoming all things to all men so you can win some, right? Yeah. So with that being said, sometimes if somebody's like, well, are you Christian? Because a lot of people, their whole point is just, Christ. What was Christ about? And a lot of them don't even know what Christ was about. So with that being said, are you Christian? Yeah, I'm Christian. Let's talk. I want to talk to you about Jesus Christ and what he was teaching. And then once you start breaking down some walls, you can really reach somebody. You know what I mean? So sometimes, you just you start operating in a way that, you know what to say and when to say, you know what I mean? When to say it, when it's okay to be, or when it's okay to say you're a Christian in order to use it to your advantage. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, but what are we in short? Hebrew Israelites, or Hebrew Israelites, Hebrews, Israelites, whatever. All those terms are fine. You got what I need?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 6. It says, "For whom the Lord loveth,
who the Lord loveth," read.
He chasteneth.
He chasteneth. Read on.
And scourgeth every son whom he receiveth.
He scourgeth every. That's the hell. Scourge. That's fire. You see what I'm saying? If you get scourged by the Lord, it's because He loves you. Read on.
If ye endure chastening.
If you endure, you don't fold during that time. Read.
God dealeth with you as with sons.
We're one of His chosen sons. You see what I'm saying? If you endure chastening, you see what I'm saying? A lot of people can't endure it. When white people start going through what we go through, suicide happens. They jump out of tall buildings to their death. You see what I'm saying? They drown their babies in a bathtub. What you had, officer? Mass killing. They go to work and with an AK-47 and everybody's dead. You just go home. Another day. You were just waiting for them to fire you. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just we were just waiting. Every day you're like, damn, they ain't fired me yet. Damn, man, that's cool, man. I guess but they want to. Yeah, the fire. Well, there's a time where they don't want to, when they need a lot of work done.
Right. Or they want to give you unemployment.
Or they don't want to give you unemployment, and that's why they don't fire you, because I don't want to give him no money. So I'm gonna just wait till this nigga messes. I know you're gonna mess up. Yeah. They look at all of us like we screw ups. So they just know it's only a matter of time before he drops the ball and I can terminate him for something that he's not gonna be able to get unemployment for. White man is the devil. You see what I'm saying? That's what it boiled down to. So but if we just take a look at the hell concept, who runs hell? The devil. No. From the hell concept, who runs hell? The devil runs hell, right? Who's running here? The devil is running here, and you are being afflicted, and he's the one with the pitchfork poking you. Right. You see what I'm saying? So even when you zoom out on that concept and you just kind of rearrange it, it all makes sense to you. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead. You had something else?
I got a few things.
Whatever you got, go ahead.
What you got?
I was gonna say, you catch that hell like that one movie on Netflix. Was Imperial something?
Imperial Dreams. Who's seen Imperial Dreams on Netflix?
Imperial Nightmare.
Somebody go and watch everybody go watch Imperial Dreams. I'm surprised he held it down the way he held it down. I listen. I would have did what I had to did if I was him. You see what I'm saying? That was hard for that brother to resist the temptation that he was resisting, right? In Imperial Dream. That was hard. It would have been hard. Being in the truth is not hard. Once you in the knowledge. But if you just a Negro, if I'm not in the truth and I don't understand how wrong things are to the Most High God, you said what?
That's kind of how I was. Like I had if you know people who know me, they'll be like, they tried Jonathan or he's like, cause I was doing a lot of things like around a young age. And they couldn't understand how I was doing it. So like everything that came to me, like drugs or something, I would get plugged out of nowhere and I would just sell drugs. And I would be like, I'll justify with myself, like I'm not doing nothing wrong. Yeah, exactly. I'm not forcing them to take it. Yeah, they want it. They want it. Like this stuff sells itself. That's how it's like now, I don't force nobody to give me money, but like
if somebody just give me, I'm with you.
That's why I really didn't know. That's why I can't.
Yeah, now we coming into that time where we gotta, okay, what's right, what's wrong, all right, you know what I mean? Now we coming into that time. In an earlier time, we ain't know. SICARRI. It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix. Imperial Dreams on Netflix. Imperial Dreams actually was filmed in 2014, but it just came out. You know what I'm saying? Powerful movie though. Powerful movie. Everybody should check that out. Go ahead.
I got some scripture, man. Hey, everybody lock in. This is one Jeremiah 4:22. It says, "For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children. Like sottish literally means stupid. Stupid children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge." Right. All right. So a lot of our people, man, listen. It's easy as hell to find the plug. It's easy as hell to find some bitch that just want to get down for you. To be just like, look, bitch, I'm real quick, bro. Look, I'll be your first 10 toes, boom, and I'm gonna go recruit for you. I'm talking about it's easy. It's easy to say, oh, bro, you got the bread, go put up on a pack, I'll sell it. It's easy to fall into it. So that's the way that our people, we function. We are stupid people. Why? Because the Most High set us up to be the brightness of the earth. Our light was supposed to shine unto upon all of these nations. We were supposed to hold the height of the hill. Yet we want to go and run after their gods, these demigods, these gods that are no gods.
That's right.
And we want to forsake the Most High. Now give me Proverbs 16 and 25.
God. Book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 25. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man.
Because you said it earlier. You said, man, I'm trying to come out of this. I'm doing the right thing. I didn't snitch on the dude. I knew about something. So why the hell all of this hell coming upon me? Let's read it again.
There is a way that seemeth right unto a man.
A lot of our people feel like as long as we're not robbing anybody, hurting anybody, I'm doing right. And that's not right. Go ahead.
But the end thereof are the ways of death.
But the ways that you going, even though you feel like you're right in your own mind, that way is unto death. Give me Romans 10. Let me run these off real quick, and then we can have some followers. Because I'm everything you were saying is powerful because we all deal with the same thing. The scriptures speak directly to this. Go ahead.
Right. Book of Romans, chapter 10, verse 2. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High.
So you've been doing all of this research. You gave this brother a beautiful breakdown on the history of King James, Caesar Borgia. You're starting to really have your, like you say, have your eyes open and your senses is starting to realize things aren't right. So you're doing deeper research. That's you having a zeal for the Most High. Go ahead.
But not according to knowledge.
But not according to knowledge, because you feel like the things that you've been doing in your life has been right. But according to the ways of God, it's not. Which is, goes back to the things you were sharing to us about, the different women you was dealing with and, how that situation, went through. So these are the things we have to realize. Our mind is in the right place and the Most High is opening up our spirit to receive him. But we got to get right according to him, not the way that we feel is right. All right, go ahead.
Verse 3. For they being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness.
Since we have a zeal, but not according to knowledge. And since we're ignorant to God's righteousness, read.
And going about to establish their own righteousness.
That's what we do. We go, listen, I'm gonna stop selling drugs. I'm gonna stop killing. I'm gonna stop stealing. I ain't gonna beat nobody up no more. I'm gonna just, what P say? I'm gonna just live my life right and do something constructive. And that's what we say. And then he's sitting here down on his knees praying to God and he's trigger happy. As soon as something happened, he want to go back and resort to being carnal rather than being spiritual as the Most High wanted us to. Go ahead, finish it out.
Have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of the Most High.
So when we want to go do it on our own, we have not submitted ourselves into the righteousness of the Most High. Give me Proverbs 3 and 5 real quick, and I'm going to get Romans 12, and then you get Deuteronomy. We have not submitted ourselves into the righteousness of God. Go ahead.
You want Romans 3 and 5 or Proverbs?
Proverbs 3 and 5. I got Romans 12.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Most High with all thine heart.
You got to trust in the Most High with all of our heart. And you said it earlier. You said, why should I believe this book? I don't know what a scrolls is. I ain't never seen that. I ain't never seen or had the opportunity to read it. And if I did have the opportunity, I don't even speak the language. So how am I going to be able to read it? So on and so forth. We got to start moving through what we call the Holy Spirit. And we can break that down too. But we're going to get back to the, after this, we're going to get back to it. And then I can go into it later. Go ahead.
And lean not unto thy own understanding.
We can't establish our own righteousness and we can't go off of our own understanding. All right. This is Romans chapter 12, verse 2. We just read this earlier. And be not conformed to this world. That's girl coming with you with the money. Or girl coming to you with the box. Yeah, look, my husband, he's coming. But look, I'm gonna call you in a little bit. And you like, damn, like she on my jock, she on my tip. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, this shit is just effortless. You know what I'm saying? This shit is effortless. Give me Sirach 2 and 1. So it says, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. We got to come out of this worldly way. We got to, I'm going to tell you this. I say this to all of the prospects and all the brothers that come out to camp. We are grown-ass men. You know what the hell is right and what's wrong. You might not have all of the details, and some of the things you may think is right might be going off. But you know, like you said, when she presented you with the money, like, yo, I didn't ask for this. But in your mind, you said, all right, well, if she's going to give it to me, let me go and try to do something right with it instead of, you know what, let me shut the whole operation down. You see what I'm saying? This is what the so-called white man does. He feels like if he goes and he shuts the operation down and he's doing good, but he's the one that set it up anyway. So we have that cognizance in our mind to say, I shouldn't be doing it. So you try to turn it into a positive. But like I said, you need to shut the whole operation down. But be transformed by the renewing of your mind that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. Right. For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according to God have dealt to every man the measure of faith. So, you know, we got to do everything by faith, man. Everything by faith, and that's going to flow into our works, and we got to do it by knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Right. What you got?
Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Most High.
When you come to serve the Most High, I mean, you couldn't have fell in a better place than you fell in tonight. You have many brothers around you right now that have many different tools to assist you unto the salvation that we all seek for.
That's right.
Which is the liberation of the Black, Hispanic, Native Americans to have dominion over every other nation on the planet.
That's right.
Thus saith the Most High God. We in the right place in the right time. So you have all of the tools around
something that we never have ever experienced in our life.
Exactly.
Being at the right place at the right time. We've always been at the wrong place at the wrong time. That's the story of a Black and Hispanic man's life. I was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. And hey, look, and I caught a case. I was at the wrong place at the wrong time. I got shot. You know what I mean? Come on, this didn't happen to brothers in this room, right? I got caught. Right? I got caught.
Got caught. So the thing is when you come to serve the Most High, go ahead.
Prepare thy soul for temptation.
She came with $1,000 last time. This time she gonna come with 10. Shit, she might come with 10 and another homegirl.
But you know what's crazy that you said that though? Because like before, like she texted me today, and like we haven't been talking at all. Like we talked, but not too much. And then she hits me up like, "Oh, I'm about to be out there, right?" And she was like, "Guess what?" I was like, "What?" So I got you a gift. And I was like, "What? A gift?" And then she was like, "Yeah, I got you something." Like, and then
See, and this is the cold issue about it. We live in such an evil world, right? This sister is doing something horribly wrong, doing something that she has no business doing. But to a degree, she has more sense than the average sister out here that wouldn't do that, right? Her having sex with men for money is wrong, but this willingness that she has to please this brother and try to go out of her way to, show her appreciation for this brother is great. It's just the means in which she's doing that is wrong.
Why is to do evil, but
to do good, she have no knowledge. So she's trying to do good, but she only knows how to do evil. So she's trying to do good through evil. And like we read earlier, that's a problem, right? But, a sister like, why do you think, give me real quick, I need the scripture that the harlot shall get the kingdom before you real quick. Give me that. Yahweh Shah, the world called Christ, said that. A powerful statement. He looked at them Pharisees who was constantly trying to beguile him and trick him up, that was never ill with the words in him. And he told them something that was very hard to deal with. And it's that prostitutes were going to get the kingdom before guys who pretended to be righteous. In this day and age, we can liken this unto, the church. Holier than thou up in the church, they so righteous and they singing songs and they doing all this. Strippers and prostitutes and hoes, they're gonna get the kingdom of God before them holy rollers up in that church, right? And we're gonna prove it. Go ahead.
Book of Matthew.
You got it. You got it.
Book of Matthew, chapter 21, verse 31. Whether of them twain did the will of his father, they said unto him, the first. Yahweh Shai said unto them.
No, that ain't it. Well, no, it's like it is. It's gonna do it. It's like it. My fault. Go ahead.
Yahweh Shai said unto them.
It's gonna lead into it. Go ahead.
Yahweh Shai saith unto them. Verily I say unto you.
What did Yahweh Shai say? Read.
That the publicans
read.
And the harlots.
And the hoes. Read on.
Go into the kingdom of the Most High before you.
They enter into heaven before these guys. Because she's halfway there. You just got to pull her out of the wrong that she's doing. And she's halfway there, right? But then this girl that grew up in the church her whole damn life, who's pastor's daughter, she's further away from the kingdom of God than this sister who's lost doing what she's doing. She has less appreciation for life. She has less appreciation for a brother. Are you kidding me? She looks at her brother as the lowest life form on the earth. And he got to come bending and crawling and scraping on his knees to get with her. She feels like an idiot. See, there's a change that's happening in the world. I don't know if brothers are seeing it. But a man, give me the book of Isaiah, the 4th chapter. Is that it, of the fine gold? It says that in the beginning? Yeah. If that ain't it, I need, that's what I need. I shall make a man more precious than fine gold. Right? Who knows how many more of our women are in this country than our men? About 2 million. Global 7 to 1. In this country, 2 million women, 2 million more women than men. For our people. This is not for everybody. It's for our people. Right? 2 million. That's a lot of single sisters. I'm talking about a lot. Right? Some is running to the white man. Some may be lesbians. But the majority, single. Right? That's a lot of women that need somebody there for them. And a lot of women are going to come to this realization right now.
That's right.
Go ahead. Or not, maybe not right, but it's coming soon. And we're seeing it. Go ahead.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 12.
There we go. Go ahead.
I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
A man will be made more precious than fine gold. Women are starting to recognize this. Okay? And they're starting to understand that a man should be made more precious than fine gold. Right. And how you help sisters to understand this is you make it known that you're more precious than fine gold. That doesn't mean you go and just say, bitch, I'm more precious than fine gold. That's not what that means. For example, who knows about my 1 year rule that I'm adamantly pushing? Who knows about that? Brothers have heard about it. Y'all brothers ain't heard about the 1 year rule. Sister got to wait 1 year to get with me. Period. You know what that let her know? I'm fine gold. The same thing that little virgin girl that you wanted so bad in high school said, if you love me, you'd wait. You treated that girl like fine gold. You were doing things you would have never imagined. Being an idiot, you looking back like, how stupid am I? When that girl in 3rd period would have gave me the pussy that night. See, but you did that then. You have to make these sisters to understand you are more precious than fine gold. And all she gonna find in this world are no good, lousy. That's all she talks about. There's no good nigga this. No good. All right, well, I'm the good nigga. Okay? And it not by my own means, but merely because the Most High God has awoken me to the knowledge. So in understanding the Bible, I know how to righteously deal with you. And any other woman, you know, because it may be a situation where you're dealing with more than one woman. Right? Not all the time, but those also occur in the scripture. So once you do that, and once you understand that, and once you come into this knowledge, wisdom, understanding, there's not a price on you. Period. There's not a price on you. You are invaluable to any woman, to anybody, period. You're invaluable, right? With that being said, you got to do what you got to do. And you have to set that example forth. So the sister, and when the sister sees that, she's going to acknowledge that. And when you tell her sister, you're going to have to wait a calendar year before I'm sure whether or not I'm going to deal with you. We're going to talk, we're going to build, but I'm not going to be ready. I don't know if I'm going to be ready for it a year till I really know what you're about. You know what she's going to say? I'll wait a year. For you, I'll wait 10. Because she sees it. And you've seen it, and that's why you have put out that, not telling brothers you got to wait a year, right, or anything like that. You don't have to do that. It's all up to you. But make sure that you know how valuable you are, and make sure that every woman that you meet can recognize how valuable you are. And not only recognizes it, but knows that you know how valuable you are. So she can't take advantage of you because you know your damn worth. And that doesn't mean that a sister ain't worth nothing. Don't get that. That don't mean that by no means. Right? But a good leader is what our sisters need right now. Right? Terrell.
That's a very beautiful topic. Coming into this truth, previously it's just like me with this wisdom now, we would treat ourselves as trash pretty much.
That's right.
Like coming up 13, 14 out here for any Jake in America.
That's right. Yeah, that's it. That's all life is about.
One girl, really seriously. I mean, that's how you look at it. Like, think I said this all the time. Think if we got this truth when you're 5 years old, when you're 2. You're fine gold. You know what I mean? That
From
woman,
jump.
You're enlightening that woman. She's fine gold. Like maybe if this happens, you were mine to the death. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Like, and we will hold ourselves to a much higher standard. So.
And that's what we need when the white man was introduced into our lives, for the Northern Kingdom through colonialism, for the Southern Kingdom through slavery, sexually we were devalued on such a high level. Well, like cattle, we're being bred and things of that nature. We're literally being treated like animals. So when that happened to us, when that whole process occurred to us, this is why we act like this now, where we just got to get the pussy, and sex is just nothing to our people now because of what the white man did to us, raping us and doing all the various things. So it's like it means nothing when it's something that's very serious. You see what I'm saying? Something very serious spiritually and scientifically happens when you have sex with a woman. There's a reason why when a girl loses her virginity to somebody, she's in love with this guy. She's stuck on this guy for years. You dealing with this girl, she lost her virginity 5 years ago. She's still talking about this nigga for 5 years ago. Like the girl, you ain't seen that nigga in 5 years. You and me now. Well, it's just something about him. He just, just did something to me. And the fact that it's just my first time. That's why she's supposed to be with the man she lost it to forever. That's what's supposed to be going on. The white man, of course, has turned you into somebody who wants to take a girl's virginity and then leave her. That's who you become in America. Shamar Yashar, am I correct on that? His brother Shamar Yashar telling me a story back and he was in high school. Oh my God, this man was a monster. Are you kidding me? The guy.
It's kind of seems like that was the goal. How many virginities you could take? Well,
so yeah, some individuals were priding.
It's a game now.
Yeah, yeah. So some of the individuals were priding themselves on that, right? Go ahead. What did I have? I called for something else.
Isaiah, I didn't finish
Isaiah 13.
Finish that, and then I'll hand it back to the captain.
Back in Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
Read on.
Even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir.
And that's what time and women with half a damn brain are bearing witness to that now. They're starting, and more, and trust and believe, our woman is crazy right now.
Very.
All kind of madness. These same women that you seen crazy, they're gonna have an absolute change of heart. My sister hit me up, and she was sending me pictures of lions and lionesses fighting. Right? You would be surprised on how lions get dominated by lionesses. They just, whatever. They don't be messing, they let the woman do whatever the hell she want to do, right? Kind of like we know that we like lions.
Right.
But of course, when it's drama time, the lioness is gonna run to the lion, and she don't care how many other women is there, and he's got. You see what I'm saying? And because he's the only one that's gonna protect him. That is that's literally the realization of the situation that we're in right now. Here's your girl fighting with you, tripping with you over every little damn thing, and you just kind of letting it happen. You the lion that's getting dominated by something that's clearly has less power than you, right? But once the heat really turns up, she's gonna be a whole different beast, and she's just gonna be running to you, and she's not gonna care what you got going on. She's just gonna be looking to you, right? By Erica.
So you're saying the ones the video that she sent you, the female lion was dominating the male?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so are you going to the part of the future prophecy where 7 women will cling to 1 man?
Well, I wasn't gonna go there, but that's that ties into it though.
Because you said that the females are gonna have a total change of heart. You know what I'm saying? So is that when they're gonna change? Well, so, saying it's happening right now?
Some sisters are already having this change of heart. Some sisters are coming into this truth and they are totally humbling themselves to it. Some sisters come in this truth and say, you know what, I'm having trouble with accepting certain aspects of it. And understandably being the way that the hell they was raised in this damn society. Of course she's having a problem with it. Of course she's having a problem submitting, calling somebody Lord, King, You're looking at you. You know what I mean? She hasn't been taught that her whole life. She's been taught you ain't shit her whole life. This is a huge pill for her to swallow. You see what I'm saying? Some sisters struggle with certain aspects of it, right? But it's gonna come a time where even these women who don't know nothing, they're gonna be like, you know what? Hey, listen, whatever it's gonna be. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's gonna be, and they're not gonna be tripping off nothing. Oh no, that's before the kingdom. By the kingdom, listen, they all good. Shalom. By the kingdom, it's everything is out the window in the kingdom. You see what I'm saying? Before the kingdom comes, you're gonna see women in the world who you're gonna see a woman on the street that got 500,000 followers on Instagram. Okay, is praised in this world to the highest degree with 500,000 followers on Instagram, and she's gonna be the most humble woman you've ever seen. All of a sudden, and she's gonna be looking at you like, "Will you help me?"
So there's a day that I can look forward to when my baby mom. Not to me, but anyone.
Well,
she's not gonna be this foul.
Well, of course not. The only reason why her or any other woman could do it is something called the police. That's literally the only thing that's upholding women to act the way they're acting. The police. If 911 didn't exist, you wouldn't have any problem with a woman. You would say, "Hey, honey, go fetch me this," and she would just go do it. You see what I'm saying? Now you say, "Hey, honey, go fetch me." Nigga, I don't want to get up. Why don't you do it? Right. You see what I'm saying? Only reason she can do it is because 911 exists. Well, it should, because he's a faggot. He's the faggot that let a woman dominate a man. He's the faggot that said this is what's gonna rule my kingdom. Women. Only a faggot would do such an evil thing like that. Go ahead, you got a precept. Evil thing, and his confusion. And he sanctioned it because a woman is not fit to be a leader. So he said, "I know these people are doomed if I let women lead them." Anybody that lets women lead them, you've never heard. I don't give it. Let these feminist Afrocentric dudes tell you whatever the hell they want. They're gonna have to show you documentation. Show me the society that was ran by women. Who knows about ancient Egypt, right? Ancient Egypt. Everybody's heard of ancient Kemet. These niggas, they love Kemet, right? You ever heard these niggas tell you Kemet was a matriarchy? That was for 3 generations. There was over 20 dynasties. Meaning mothers, women ran the society. Everything was dominated by women. 3 dynasties of over 20. Don't let these niggas sell you a drink. Women was not running Egypt. Women were being treated as whores in Egypt. That's what was going on in Egypt. Whoredom. Go ahead.
Where can we go to prove that?
Where can you go to prove it? All you have to do is check out the dynasties. Like any basic information on the dynasties, it'll talk about matriarchy, right? In the first few. Then all of a sudden it changes to patriarchy. All of a sudden it's about men and who the man is and the man's seed and things of that nature. And they go so overboard with it that incest starts to happen. Dude starts getting with their sister because they both come from this noble stock of this king. Even they sell you such a dream in that madness that like they'll say like I know everybody's heard this "we was kings and queens" nonsense they always say. First off, only a few people was kings and queens in Egypt, and everybody else was peasants and slaves. You know what I'm saying? Like Egypt was like much like America. There was an elitist class, and then everybody else was just at the bottom. It didn't matter what color they was. It was black people at the bottom, and then whatever foreigners from outside was also at the bottom. But you also had black people that were elitists. You know what I mean? It wasn't all encompassing and equality amongst the melanated people as these Negroes would like to put it to you. But in Israel, we can see that we're all kings and priests. We're a nation of kings and priests. You can see that in Israel. We are all called gods in Israel.
Right.
Them, only the elites were called gods. Only the elites were called kings. You see what I'm saying? So go ahead.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter?
How long? Read.
For the Most High have created a new thing in the earth.
There's a new thing. What is the new thing? Read.
a woman shall compass a man.
That's new. Yeah, a woman running things is very new. God said he will create a new thing.
Jeremiah 31:22.
It's brand new. You've never seen it. In ancient cultures, you're not seeing this. Not in any affluent ancient culture. You see what I'm saying? If you go to what we talk about, Babylon, Israel, Assyria, Greece, Rome, damn China, women is not running anything. You see what I'm saying? Men is always running. Go ahead.
I'm curious, like Queen Sheba went and visited Solomon.
Yes, sir.
Was there a king that was ruling over her, or was she a ruler at that time?
She was probably ruler at that time in Ethiopia. Okay. Ethiopia, though they had male rulers, they also were known for deification of the woman. That's where the Queen of Heaven comes from, the Ethiopians, right? So as we see, like if we read about, but see, look, here's the thing now, because look, I have my timeline switched. We got Queen of Sheba coming to Solomon, right? I can't say whether or not a king was ruling then, but later on, Nebuchadnezzar's ruling. You see what I'm saying? It goes back to a man. You see what I'm saying? So they started with a man, and their last rulership was also a man and not a woman. You see what I'm saying? Though they might have had a time when they let a queen, or a lot of times a queen will rule, like in England right now. There's not a king of England. The queen is ruling in England. Why is the queen ruling? Because the king died. So because the king died, they allow the queen to rule. Some countries have it, some kingdoms may have it set up like that. While in Israel, if the king dies, it don't matter about how many women there is, how many wives he has, his son is going to rise up and he's going to sit on the throne. You see what I mean? That's how we do it. Other kingdoms and other nations may say, okay, in the stead of this dead king, in the interim, his wife will run. You see what I'm saying? But any type of like long-term matriarchy, it's unprecedented. Bayan.
So in Jeremiah chapter, is it 32 and 31, 32? All right, so that's a prophecy. If we didn't listen to the Most High, they said that was not happening.
Yeah, how he would create a new thing, and that's why that is something that plagues our community in particular.
Right.
Everybody else isn't dealing with this problem like we are. We're dealing with women running the house. Shalom. Everybody is not dealing with women running the household. You know what I mean? That's something that we're dealing with, that was ushered in by the feminist movement, right? Didn't they just have that feminist march a couple weeks ago? Feminist movement. I ain't heard nothing about Black Lives Matter in a while. Feminism is back. You see that? Anytime a pro-black movement exists, the white man got to come with feminism. Black Lives Matter dominated 2016. I ain't heard of Black Lives Matter in 2017. You heard of it? I ain't heard of it. I did hear about a feminist march. I did hear about no ban, a pro-Muslim march. I certainly have not heard of I care about black people march. I ain't heard of that. not this year, not yet. And we almost at the end of the second month. Where's Black Lives Matter at? Y'all seen footage of us at every damn rally last year. I'm waiting. Where are the rallies at? I don't see them. You see that? The white man is not. He's just he's up to his old tricks. Okay, everybody wants to be pro-black. Cool. Pro-women, because these women care about themselves more than they care about. You know what I mean? They've been duped. That's the serpent beguiling Eve.
I'm about to say, man, that this women's, I mean, for everybody to know, this women's liberation and them being, this is literally some of the stupidest shit you've ever heard in your life, man. Just go look it up. Go on YouTube and just look up feminist argument. Look up pro-choice argument. You know, people really trying to make their case about, you know, women's rights and them having the freedom. I just posted some
commit murder.
To commit murder or to just be whores. I seen this. I'm talking about somebody posted a discussion or conversation, and it says, you know, the man, and then the other girl name was like Alyssa or something, and she's just making the man to be one of the dumbest dudes you've ever seen. She's hitting him with the simplest rebuttal questions and catching him up in his speech, and it's like, it's only proves that this dude is an idiot. It doesn't prove that, you know, women aren't whores if they sleep with multiple men. You're a whore. Okay?
But no, but you can't call her a whore. But you are a dog if you sleep with multiple women.
Yeah.
You're a dog.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So they're even trying to be on a level with men in that regard. You know, and I mean, literally, it's just stupid.
They don't want equality. They want to change double standards.
Right. That's exactly what they want. That's exactly what
they want to change double standards to favor them. It's them.
They want to pass it.
That's right.
Especially where the Rockefeller founded feminism.
Man, most definitely, brother. There is some Jewish money behind anything that is, anything that is uplifting the woman alone. Yash.
No, I've always got to discussions.
Come.
I'm not sure if it was you or Cat, but I've always reiterate the fact that if a woman was to have more than one man, and she ends up pregnant, who is the father?
Yeah, well, who is the father? And we have to understand something. Who knows what, like, give me Genesis 1:25. Who knows what life is about? On a technical, on a scientific, on the lowest level, what is life about? Reproduction, period. Why do you like girls who have a figure? Because you are looking at reproductive thing. You're looking at her hips for purpose of child. That's what's going on. You can think whatever, but you're on the demi level, on your most primitive level of what makes you tick, you're thinking about kids. This is why, according to studies now, I'm not saying this according to any first-hand knowledge I possess, according to scientific data that's been produced, as far as in the pornography realm goes, the type that's labeled teen pornography they say is the most popular, because they're saying that men are naturally attracted to girls when they are first entering into their, when they're first, and like the scripture say, entering into their flower. They've bloomed. Okay, that is something that varies per girl. Let's understand that. But usually into the late teens. And then the reason they say it is because this is when she's bloomed now. So if you start reproducing with her now, you're gonna get an optimal amount of babies out of her. You see what I'm saying? Now, of course, the way we think now and the way society is now, you're not thinking about optimal amount of babies. But your desire to get with this girl comes from the lust, but it comes from the innate nature of a human being to reproduce as much as possible. You see what I'm saying? This is why men look for physical, and women look for not emotional. Women are looking for societal status. She wants you for societal status. You want her for the way she looks. Your societal status determines how she can be taken care of. Her looks determine how good she is to bear children. Well, you know what I'm saying? How good she is to bear children. You see what I'm saying? That's the whole point. That's why girls want dudes with money, right? Because okay, if we're gonna start having babies, and he's gonna be able to take care of them. You see what I'm saying? You looking at her, damn, look at them hips. We could have a lot of babies, me and her. You see what I'm saying? She's a valuable asset here. Really, it's subconscious. You might not even realize what's going on. It's subconscious. That's why it's called when you have chemistry with somebody. This is literally it's the heat attract. It's all scientific. She's giving off things, and you giving off things that's beyond what you can perceive. But
she could be a mile away. Look at her.
And you like, damn. And you're attracted. You're gonna be attracted more so to certain girls that maybe the next man may say, oh yeah, she's cool, but you're not as, I'm not as attracted to her as you are. It don't mean that the girl is ugly. It means that there's something that y'all is exchanging that the next brother ain't exchanged with her. You see what I'm saying? On a whole different level. Give me that though.
I would say real quick.
Go ahead.
Y'all see this cup of water right here? The brother made a good point. He says if a man has multiple wives and 3 of his wives get pregnant, there's no question of who the baby's father is, right? But y'all see this cup of water here? I've been drinking this cup of water ever since the young brothers not brought it to me, right? Good water. if everybody in this room dipped their finger in this water, it's not appealing anymore. I'm not drinking this water anymore. Right? But if all three of these brothers had a fresh cup of water up here, and I dip my finger in all of them, I could still drink that water. It's my finger. You see what I'm saying? That's how it is with women. Like a cup of water, and if you let more than yourself dip your finger in that damn water, you don't want to drink the water no more. It's dirty water.
That's right.
All right? Oh yeah, it's a dirty cup of water. And that's how people literally, it should be. Men have the finger, women are the water. All right? If you dip your finger in fresh cups of water, it's no problem for you to drink it because it's your finger. If somebody else's finger been there, you're like, I don't know where your finger been. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not dealing with it. And you don't want to drink the water no more. It's defiled. So we got to understand that, you know, we got to treat our women as precious cups of water that should not have hella fingers being dipped into.
That's right. Con.
Whatever precept you got.
What you want 1 to 25 or you want 1 to 22?
What I call for?
I think you said 1 to 25.
Where? 25.
Genesis.
25.
Some nasty one.
Book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 25. And the Most High made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and the cattle.
26? 27.
What you want? 22 beef?
27, huh?
Book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 27. So the Most High created man in his own image. In the image of the Most High created he him. Male and female created he them.
So like you keep going.
And the Most High blessed them, and the Most High said unto them, be fruitful and multiply.
See that's the first commandment we got, was be fruitful and multiply. So that's, you know, what we got to do. So that whether you realize it or not, that's in part what guides you in choosing a female. You see what I'm saying? Is your genetic compatibility to reproduce with this girl, or you see something in her that is inspiring you to reproduce with her. Damn, the kid, imagine how the kid is going to look. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. It's all about reproduction. You see what I'm saying? On the lowest level. You had something?
No, I see. Oh, go back to me.
God. I know the Israelites understand this very much so.
Right.
They don't have any problem with reproduction in the north. All right. That's right. Okay. It say, you know, fruitful bowl by a well. All right. Yeah, but it's quiet as it's kept. Both kingdoms, man. You know, they always put it on the northern kingdom. The southern kingdom is having them the same amount of kids. Okay, trust and believe you me. You remember being in middle school, man. How many brothers know girls, sisters I was pregnant back in middle school, man? You see that? Sisters pregnant in middle school, Judites, Israielites knocked up in middle school, or some heathen that some brother that knocked up too. You see, I remember back in the day, some little Cambodian girl was running around middle school, knocked up by some brother. You see what I'm saying? That, you know, that's how it was going down. But yeah. So go ahead back to your point, Kat.
Oh yeah, man. Proverbs 3 and 5 is the last one I'll call, and then yeah, Hebrews 5, man. A lot of times, you know, for brothers that's, you know, talking to new people, brothers or sisters, you know, and they give in the ear, you just kind of got to take them through these, you know, series of scriptures speaking about when they come to serve the Most High, they got to prepare their soul for temptation. They got to renew their mind. They got to transform their mind out of the world, remove themselves from the world. And, you know, that's,
Become a new man.
Yeah, you got to be born again and become a new creature. You know, when you come to the Mashiach Yahushua, and these are the things that's going to really set them up to be able to receive this truth as a whole, from coming to being a Hebrew. Listen, from a Gentile to a proselyte to a full-fledged Israelite. All right, it's going to really set them up. Get that in Hebrews, because these things are essential. These are essential things to understand. We come into this truth before we even realize we come into this truth. It's like the Most High is just preparing you. You know what I'm saying? He'll have you wake up to something, you know, just want to have a conversation you either having one of your bros or a broad you talking to. That's how I came to the truth. Broad I was talking to, We used to have deep, high-ass conversations. And when the truth was brought unto me, it was like, damn, this is everything we've been talking about, and how the wicked is ruling the world, you know, it's ruled by demonic forces. And when it was told to me that everything that I had been taught was a lie, it put me in a position that was like, okay, well, what do I need to learn now? And this is what we're finna get in Hebrews 5.
Start at 12?
Yeah, start at 12. I bring this out anytime I'm coming to anybody new, anytime I'm coming, you know, somebody who's given an ear to hear. This is what they gotta go to. Because you always want to bring that worldly knowledge into it, which sometimes it can help, but like I tell brothers all the time, you have to clean that house out first and then put back the items that you can still use. You got to move that couch, you got to move that refrigerator, you got to move that stove and get all that dirt and that grime back behind them cabinets and everything. You know what I mean? You didn't lay down rat pellets from 5-10 years ago that you done forgot. You know what I'm saying? You go to my grandma's house, man, you liable to open up a door to see them rat poison. You know what I'm saying? In any given drawer.
Old ass rat poison.
Old rat poison. 10, 15 years ago. You know, because you haven't fully cleaned the house. So we got to clean our house out. Go ahead. Because we are the temple of the living God. Go ahead.
Right. Book of Hebrews, chapter 5, verse 12. For the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again.
We have to be taught again. That brother that just left out of here, he needs to be taught again. He's in the right space, in the right position to receive this truth. He's just going about and establishing his own righteousness and leaning on his own understanding. You have to be taught again. Go ahead.
Come on. Which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High.
And the oracles of God is the given law, that law that was given unto Moses. All right, the 613 law, statutes, and commandments. That is the foundation and the base of everything that we're about. It gives us our autonomy from this so-called white man. That's how we're going to remove ourselves out of the world. Being able to govern ourselves through the law, statutes, and commandments the Most High gave us. It's going to teach you how to deal with your brother. It's going to teach you how to deal with your family. Which like me and Ballo even talking about the family structure or the family breakdown is coming soon. Brothers need to learn how to rule their family.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? It teaches you how to serve the Most High properly. And if you're not serving the Most High properly, you going down the ways of death. You going after your own way that seems right unto you, and it's of the ways of death. So we have to be taught again, which are the oracles of the Most High and the principles. See, when it goes into the principles, that's the spirit of the law. You got the letter of the law, and then you got the spirit. When Yahushua came and said, "It's been said unto you, don't commit adultery," which is don't sleep with another man's woman. But if you go and look at that man's woman in lust, you've committed adultery already in your heart. See, you go talk to a Jehovah's Witness. Lord willing, we're gonna talk to a Jehovah's Witness in the morning. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna go with the brother Yash. They're gonna tell you, well, we're supposed to live by the principles of the law, but not the law itself. It's the same thing. You see what I'm saying? The law is not going to tell you not to eat pork, shellfish, and defiled foods just for you to turn around and say, well, I understand that principally, but I'm if I get hungry, I'm eating some shrimp.
Yeah, what's the principle?
Exactly.
Like, that's what I'm saying. The principles of the law, like, what is that? How is that different from the law?
Exactly. So we got to understand, man, it's the letter and then it's the spirit that goes into it. Same thing we were telling the brother. You know what you're doing is wrong when you take that money from that woman. Come on, you know that's wrong. So you have to be taught these principles again so that you can know how to serve the Most High and not go about doing things in ignorance.
Right. Like Jake always want to just jump the gun and just go deep and just what happens when you die, right? Or what happens? What is hell? Or but you don't want to start with the basis, right? You don't want to start with the principles and oracles. How are you gonna be occupied, right, in prophecy when you don't even got the oracles?
When you don't even have the and that's a good point, because this is literally what the verse is going to go into. How not only are we leaning on our own understanding, but we're trying to grow differently. They always say, if you could go back and do it again, would you do it differently? Like, yeah, if I knew back then what I know now, I'd be better. I would have did it better. But guess what? You had to go you had to go through what you did back then in order for you to grow and understand now. So it's what I mean. No point of even thinking about, if I knew back then what I know now, I did it better, because it's the growing process. People come into this truth and they want to jump straight to being an adult. The scripture said, Yahushua said, you got to be born again. Finish it out. Keep going.
And are become such as have need of milk.
You got to get that milk, read.
And not of strong meat.
Go ahead.
For everyone that use of milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness.
You use the milk, you unskillful. You just first now come into this truth. King James and Caesar Borgia, all of that's good. Nicene Council, all of that's good. Get the history, but guess what? You got to have some scriptures to come in and solidify all of that. You got to have the scriptures and the knowledge of what the Most High gave to elevate us on a level spiritually, and ultimately was going to result into our physical elevation as a people. You got to have that too. You can't just be a historian and tell me all about King James and all the rest of that, but you don't know nothing about the scriptures. Don't put yourself on a level. Humble yourself down, and the Most High is going to exalt you. A lot of our people fail to do that. And then what they do, you get so far into the history, you start reading about Daniel and the brass feet. You know what I'm saying? The brass feet and iron.
And don't know what's going on.
And don't know what's going on because you feel like you got a little history to compare it to it. But you have not went through the proper channels to grow, to be unskillful in the word, and to develop your skills. You see what I'm saying? They want to come out and just pull the bow and arrow out, you know what I'm saying, and just hit the bullseye. Nah. It takes practice. It takes posture. It takes poise. You see what I'm saying? It takes discipline and fundamentals. What you got?
Got another precept for you.
Bring it out.
Psalms 111:10.
That's right.
The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom.
That's right.
Listen, and you know what it is? They come into the truth with a little bit of knowledge, and they don't even understand the fear of the Most High. I'm glad you brought that out, because people don't never realize. I got about 5 favorite scriptures. These brothers know 5 favorite scriptures: Hebrews 5, Deuteronomy 4, Romans 9, 1 Corinthians 14, and Psalms 83. That's what you need. You gotta know you gotta know it's an enemy out there. You gotta know who you are and why you don't know who you are. Once you know who you are, you gotta be taught again. Then Deuteronomy 4 is gonna teach you what you need to be taught again. And then it goes right back into what Psalms 111:10. What you brought up? Psalms 111:10. I know it's another than Proverbs 10:9, Proverbs 9:8. It's all over the place. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge, or the beginning of wisdom. Yeah, finish it out.
The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom.
That's right.
A good understanding have all they that do his commandments.
Good understanding. That's what we got to get. Why? Because we're destroyed for the lack of knowledge. We've rejected knowledge, and the Most High has rejected us. I mean, these things go hand in hand. So again, we got to know to grow properly.
Right.
Don't jump the gun. You know what I'm saying? That's what we was telling him. Like he's like Leviathan. He's trying to go through the ways of good, but he's turning right back around once he take the money from the woman, or once he goes and he's continuing texting or talking or FaceTiming the married woman. You biting your own tail. Like I said, it's like you sweeping upstairs. You know what I'm saying? You done got that one good. With the next one, you about to make that one you just clean dirty. You can't do it. So finish. He's unskillful in the word of righteousness. Go ahead.
Everyone that uses milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness.
Go ahead.
For he is a babe.
For he is a babe. Be a babe. Be a baby. Don't jump the gun. Go through all your Googles, your Gagas, your bruises, your spilled milks. Do it all and learn. You see what I'm saying? We gotta come out of the ways of death, man. All right, and not be too proud to make mistakes and learn along the way. All right, go ahead.
But strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age.
And when the Most High is dealing with you through the Spirit, you're gonna grow up and you're gonna become full age in this thing. After what? Go ahead.
Even those who by reason of use have their senses.
You gotta use this word. Don't abuse this word, and you gotta exercise this word. You gotta go out and you gotta prove all things. Not meaning like you got to have all of the answers, proving all things. That word prove means to scrutinize, to test. You got to put it to the test and see whether it's authentic or not.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? I took this word, man. I was going at everybody. I couldn't believe the Most High gave me this truth. I couldn't believe the Most High. I was waiting for somebody to just shut my whole world down, and it never came. And then the Most High just, you know, after a while, he's like, yo, this is legit right here. I took it and I threw it on the wall, and I said, what's sticking? Everything stuck. Everything stuck. The name of the Most High stuck. The name of His Son stuck. Who the Israelites are stuck. The law, statutes, commandments will forever stick. What else? What else is there after that? People start looking at me. People start looking at you crazy. And you just like, but look at you. What do you really have? You gaining the whole world, but you losing your soul. You ain't got nothing. You're benefiting from tearing your people down. You're benefiting off of the destruction of your own people, man. I can't live like that. I say it all the time, man. Hey, Most High forbid, but even if He take me out, as long as I'm putting forth a foot or helping Israel get back to its original state, that's what I'm here for. And if it take every dollar, every breath that the Most High gives me to do it, that's what it's gonna be. There is no other option. So we gotta take this word, we gotta exercise it, we gotta use it and prove all things. And see, people say prove all things, and then the second verse they don't even bring out. Hold fast to that which is good. Everything that you have proven to yourself that is solidified in Scripture through the Spirit, that's what you hold on to, and that's what you take and you build. And you go and you plant those seeds, and the Most High willing, He's going to yield that increase. That's what we're here for, man. It's a beautiful thing, and it's like, it's unfortunate the brother had to leave, but when you get brothers like that, it's like, man, we got to really build brothers up properly. You can't go in to say, even when they say, well, what does revelation mean? It's like, all right, I'm going to answer it to show you, like, you dealing with some brothers that got the answers, but don't even worry about that right now. We'll get to that. Don't think I'm trying to run from, but we'll get to that. You're not even going to understand what I'm talking about if we go into the 7 heads and 10 horns, the EU and the NATO. You see what I'm saying? Or the brick. You know what I'm saying? The 4 horns. That's right. And the 4 carpenters that came and plucked them up. They're not going to know none of that. It's going to sound good as hell, though. And what we're going to do, we're going to be building up a bunch of polites and young pharaohs that spit rhetoric. And as soon as somebody hits you with something, you ain't got nothing to say. You have no foundation. And again, we do this on a spiritual level. We also do this on a worldly level. When I talk to people about finance, I'm like, all of your finances is going into the roof. It's never going into the foundation. Your foundation is what's supposed to catch you when everything else falls. They got the dude. What's my dude? Kane Carter on YouTube. Mm-hmm. He's got the bottom bitch theory. Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? He said your bottom bitch, she got the muscles. He had her had your bottom bitch with the muscles. He said because she's supposed to want to catch you. You know what I mean? When everything falls down with all of these women that you done stacked up, that's what the foundation and the basement is for. Everything falls back into the law. That's how we understand the New Testament. All of these Torah only dudes, they don't even understand the Torah like they think they do. Otherwise, they'd understand what the quote-unquote New Testament is, all right? Go ahead, finish it out.
The strong meat belonging to them that are of full age, even those whose by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil.
Once you go in and you start to prove all things to yourself and you hold fast to that which is good, you grow properly, and guess what? The Lord gives you a spirit of discernment. He gives you a spirit of discernment. So if anybody's spitting some BS to you, you have the discernment to know, like, nah, that's not right. And then you pray, and the Lord willing, the Most High put the Spirit on you to actually have the answers to rebuttal it and to go on a further breakdown to edify and build brothers up from there. I'm talking about it's just amazing when but brothers gotta be humble. The Lord is gonna deal with you how He's gonna deal with you. Some brothers He's gonna speed this thing through. Some kids walking at 6-7 months. You know what I'm saying? I took my son to the doctor. He said he was what 10 months. He was walking. He was like, look, don't worry about it. My two daughters wasn't walking till 19 months.
Yeah. No, that's real. That's real. Because I know, my parents told me I was walking and talking before I was 1, but my daughter she started walking like at 1, and then she didn't really start talking until probably like right before she turned 2. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So everybody's on a different pace.
My son, he start walking early. But don't talk. Everybody always in his face like, say this, say that. I'm like, don't tell my son that. Because I already know once you start talking, you ain't going to be able to shut him up. But let him talk whenever he's going to talk. You know what I'm saying? He's dealing through the Spirit right now. I'm not going to put nothing on him that, you know what I'm saying, that the Most High doesn't move me to do.
Right.
So that was it on that?
God.
So that's what we want. We want that spirit of discernment so that we can go and walk through life properly and know how to operate within the means of the law,
right,
within the means of righteousness for the Most High. Because like the brother said, sometimes you got to become all things unto all men. You got to use the world, not abuse the world. You know what I'm saying? Be wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove. We still got to live amongst these damn Edomites, amongst these devils, amongst the devils, amongst of our own people. That, as the scriptures say, especially they of the circumcision. That's wicked. So we got to live amongst them, but we always got to be within, you know, and have that spirit on us to say, I'm amongst y'all, but I'm not of y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be a part of you guys, and I'm going to be that example. What is that? He just brought that out in Matthew 5:16. We got to be the light. Our light got to shine forth unto these men so that we can be that example, and they can look at us and say, like, damn, it's a brother that was on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, but Facebook. Went to high school with him. When I first come into the truth, I'm banging on everybody on Facebook. So he made a post. I was like, hey, bro, you read the Bible? He put me hella E's. Hella E's and hella L's. Hell no. I ran into him at the gym the other day. He was like, hey, man, I try to reach out to one of your bros, trying to get in contact with you, man. I'm trying to sit down with you. I was like, damn, that's what's up. People learn about it different ways. Like, where do you get this from? He said, you watching you on Facebook. I said, that's crazy. He's probably one of the people that was like, hey, man, you crazy, man. You're not tripping. He on some other shit. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? He on some other stuff, but you be that light and you start to realize everybody wants knowledge, just the type of knowledge that they're going to come across. Women going to come across the chemist stuff. Black woman is God, and they're going to probably be, you know, fall into that. But it's still not giving them that wholeness. It's not making them perfect. They're not being complete. It's because it's false. Give me Deuteronomy 4. Yeah, start at 3. We'll read out.
Yeah, because this thing is real serious, man. A lot of people think it's like a club sometimes, right? Or like it's a game, or just like, you know, it's like something you just do on the weekends with your boys. But man, this truth that we're in, it's real serious. The Most High will take you out. Let me get this quick precept. Book of Proverbs, chapter 13, verse 13. Whosoever despiseth the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded.
Read that again.
Whosoever despiseth the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded.
And that's what we all looking for, man. We all looking for that reward to be in the kingdom. Hey, some of us just want to be in the kingdom. Some of us want to be a part of that 12,000 coming out of your tribe. Right. You know what I'm saying? We didn't really bit the bullet a lot of times when dealing with Esau, when dealing with our own people. We didn't bit the bullet a lot of times to sit up here and just say, well, at least, you know, I just want to just be in the kingdom. Nah, man, we got to strive for the best. We got to strive for the best. You know what I mean? And if we come a little short, you know, you might be a part of the 1/3 or, you know, but you got to strive for what, you know, for what's top ranked.
I was gonna say if I could just be a janitor. So.
Yeah, that's the dude, Lorenzo said that. If I could just be a janitor in the kingdom of heaven, that's what I want to be. Because, you know, you still fall under the so-called white man. But you got he looks just like Ricky. Yeah, he looks like just like Ricky, but he's got a fade, like a high top fade.
He wear a lot of Charger stuff.
Yeah. Bring that out in Deuteronomy 4. Start at 3. This goes right into the scripture the brother just brought out.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 3. Your eyes have seen what the Most High did because of Baal Peor. For all the men that followed Baal Peor, Yahweh thy power have destroyed them from among you. But ye that did cleave unto Yahweh your power are alive, every one of you, this day.
So it says, your eyes have seen what the Most High did to those that followed after Baal Peor. And everyone that followed after the Most High are alive, every one of you this day. Now go to verse, what was that, 4?
Come on.
Read verse 5.
Verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Most High my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
So when the Most High before the Most High gave the law unto Moses, he killed off people in Israel for following after another God. That's the Most High establishing the fear before he even gave us the knowledge or the wisdom. The fear of the Most High is the beginning, because you know if you forsake him, you're going to be destroyed, like the scripture the brother just read. So we follow the Most High out of the fear that the curses of Deuteronomy 28 gonna come on us. You know what I mean? Deuteronomy 33. All of these, we don't want these things to come upon us. We want to be Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 15 or 1 through 14. We don't want 15 to 68. We want the abundance. We want to be the lenders and not the borrowers. We want to have the plentiful and a bountiful land. We want to have multiplying children. We want to have the joy of our children. We want to agree with our woman. You know what I mean? We want to have a successful household. and not have to be vexed by a woman and try to be led by a woman and led astray by a woman. Our mothers, grandmothers, aunties, whoever done raised us, women are children of your precious, women rule over them, they which lead thee cause you to err. I mean, these things is happening to us because we forsake the Most High. We going off the Baal Peor, we going off the Dagon, we going after Molech.
Playing the harlot.
We playing the damn harlot. And then we trying to justify the same way our women are trying to justify being whores in the streets now. I mean, it's just, it gets so deep. But again, the Most High established that fear in us before he gave us that wisdom. And when he gave us that wisdom, what was it supposed to be for? Go ahead.
Keep, verse 6, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
That's how we were supposed to be looked at. He says, look, I done showed y'all what I can do. Don't tempt me and don't take me there. Now I'm gonna give y'all these laws. Listen, y'all follow them. Y'all gonna be the illest dudes around. Right. It's almost like we didn't want that. It's almost we don't want it now. We got people coming around. I say, look, what if I told you you're part of the greatest people on the planet Earth, and God loves you more than anybody else? They said, dude, no, hell no. I'm Ham.
I'm just a heathen.
I'm a Gentile. I'm a heathen, and we come from Ham. The Lord ain't dealing with none of that stuff. And it's just like, come on, man. But guess what? This is what America perpetuates. Don't have confidence in yourself. Don't dedicate your life to something and then tell somebody like, yeah, I'm the best. This is what I do. I've dedicated myself to. They say, no, you need to be humble and don't, don't have high self-esteem. Don't have self-esteem at all. Your self-esteem needs to be low. You need to have self-doubt. All right, self-grief. You need to be depressed. Okay.
All right, give me the book of Leviticus 11. We got a lot of things to deal with.
Yeah, I'm already. That's every time he was.
Let's get to Leviticus 11, then I'm gonna deal with the ISRAELITE brother in the chat's question about Issachar. So let's go first to Leviticus 11, dietary law. You have somebody teaching a blasphemy in the comment board. No. Somebody's teaching a blasphemy in the comment board. Okay, that you can't eat chicken. This man is teaching it's unlawful to eat chicken, which is blasphemy to Black and Hispanic people. Because chicken is so imperative to our diets. You tell me I can't eat chicken. You know, Popeye's got this new chicken waffle tenders out right now. I'm in Popeye's every other day getting that chicken waffle tender. Powerful meal. Okay? With maple syrup, mustard. Cajun fries. And I can't eat that no more. Blasphemy. Give me Leviticus 11. This brother's having a hard time understanding. And then we're going to break this Issachar thing down. Go ahead. Start at the top.
Look at Leviticus chapter 11 from the top.
That's right.
And Yahweh spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, speak unto the children of Israel,
read
saying,
on.
These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts.
Which ye shall eat. This is the dietary law. The beasts that are getting ready to be listed are those that is okay to eat. Go ahead.
These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth.
Read on.
Whatsoever parteth the hoof.
Parteth the hoof. Read on.
And is cloven-footed. And cheweth the cud.
Any animal that is cloven-footed, parteth the hoof, and cheweth the cud. What's an example of one of those animals? Sheep. Give me another one. More popular. Cow. Go ahead.
Among the beasts that shall ye eat.
Now let's jump up now to later on when it starts talking about the fowls, because that's what's in question. 13.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Verse 13. God. Verse 13. And these are they which ye shall have in abomination among the fowls. They shall not be eaten.
Read.
They are an abomination. The eagle.
The eagle. Okay, go ahead.
And the ostrich. And the osprey. and the vulture, and the kite after his kind.
Read on.
Every raven after his kind.
Read on.
And the owl. And the nighthawk.
Read on.
And the cow. And the hawk after his kind.
Keep
and
going.
The little owl.
Yep.
And the cormorant. And the cormorant. And the great owl.
Read on.
And the swan. And the pelican. And the gear eagle. And the stork.
Read on.
And the heron after her kind.
Read on.
And the lapwing and the bat.
Go ahead.
Verse 20. All fowls that creep going upon all four shall be an abomination unto you.
So that was all was the chicken mentioned? And then it qualified and it said, if the fowl creep on all four, it shall be an abomination. How many legs does chicken have? 2. So where is this brother getting we can't eat chicken from?
Right.
Chickens don't fly, chickens weren't named, and chickens got 2 legs. Chicken, turkeys, they're all good, unless it said otherwise, which is not there. Go ahead.
What's that in Leviticus 2? It talks about the chicken. Fried chicken.
Hold on, let me see. In Leviticus 2, I don't know.
It says fowl. It doesn't say fried chicken.
Yeah.
Well, what's fried fowl?
No. I know what you're saying, but
fried chicken. And on the islands, we fried turkey. We fried turkey down there on them islands. You see? Okay, you fried.
Eat your little quail.
You know, but but that's the whole thing of it. Don't say nothing about no damn chicken is unlawful. You made that up.
Right.
Period. Or somebody lied to you. Somebody, and we've heard this nonsense before about you can't eat chicken. A blasphemy to teach black people and Hispanic people they can't eat chicken. Go to any black or Hispanic restaurant, chicken is a primary dish that's being served. Right?
Right.
That starts going into creeping things.
It says
That's going creeping things.
Yeah.
Bugs, insects. Right. So let's now go to let's go to what we're gonna go to. Give me the book of 1 Chronicles 12 and 32. We're gonna deal with the tribe of Issachar now. Okay. The tribe of Issachar in the Bible. Number 1, what did Mexicans call themselves before the white man came? Aztecs. Or what did they call themselves though? Azteca, right? Azteca. Aztec is, kind of what they put on it. They call themselves Azteca. Everybody has seen, a lot of people have seen the meme that's been going around about Azteca in the Bible, in the Hebrew, what Azteca means. So let's read it in the book of 2 Chronicles.
It's the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 12, verse 32. And of the children of Issachar.
The children of the tribe of Issachar. Read on.
Which were men that had understanding of the times.
Of what?
Of the times.
They had understanding of the times. Read.
To know what Israel ought to do.
Were the Aztecs known for calendrical keeping, calendrical systems? They were renowned to this day. You see a Mexican, he got it on his charm, the calendar that Aztecs had. Read.
The heads of them were 200, and all their brethren were at their commandment.
You see that? So that was an assembly of men who were familiar with the time, right? Which deals with stars, reading the stars, right? So we're going to go here into the Hebrew real quick, and we're going to show it to you. Let's get this young thug guy out of here. 1 Chronicles, Salakia, 12 and 32. All right, let's go here. Okay, so we're going to look up 2 words right now. We'll look up 2 words in the Hebrew language. All right. Let me see. In the lexicon. I'll look it up in the lexicon. Where is it? I want to make sure I grab the right words. Who knows where the Assyrian Hebrew come from? No, well, the Assyrian Hebrew comes from the people of Assyria, number one, but also it came to prominence with when the northern kingdom went into Assyria, right? So the Hebrew went under certain changes with the northern kingdom, especially when they went up into Assyria. But I want to show you. So pronunciation varied, but I'm going to show you this. Hold on. Where is it at? You said what? Well, that's fine. It doesn't matter who it is. The edification is still going out.
Right. He said it don't matter. The edification still going out. So.
Where is it? Here it go. Boom.
He just want to go into.
Because this is good information, period. Page 22:7.
Yeah, right. So.
Let's take a look at this. We'll go to the word H22:7, which is as, which means then at that time, deals with time, as reference to time, right? Okay. Now we're going to go to the second part of the word, which is tekah, as tekah or as teka in the Hebrew. As means time, and tekah means assembly. I'm going to show you. Strong's H8497. H8497. So watch this. It says to be led, to be assembled. Also to lay down. So to assemble time. We just read in 1 Chronicles 12:32 these assembly of ISRAELITES that were gifted in knowing the time. They were an assembly of time. So that's where they got that name Azteca from. Even the term Maya, Mayim, these are all Hebrew. All the tribes had the various Hebrew words here. And I'm going to show you something else. It's another source a brother just recently gave me on it's historical. Get it real quick. Where's this book at? Here we go. Right here. Let me make sure I get this source down pat. As a matter of fact, I can pull it up right here on the screen. Yeah, it's from the book Origin of the Native American Indian. Now, this says the other writer of this author found who accepted the Issachar variation of the the lost tribes theory was Belteshazzar de Medina, and he said the Mexicans are originally of the 10 tribes captured by Shalmaneser and of the family of Issachar, whom the Indians recognize as their special ancestor. This is in history books. You didn't make this up. This is in history books, right? Now watch this. I'm gonna pull up this other one. Select how I'm gonna pull this one up. Matter of fact, I'll just read it off of here because I know I got it on my phone. The Mexican flyer. You know, we got various literature that we pass out at camp. So I'm gonna get one of them right quick. It's got various information on it. Where's the Mexican flyer? Here. Because there's multiple historical sources that said Mexicans were from the tribe of Issachar. Here we go. Okay, boom. So this source says here, Okay, it's from this source is The Archaic Migrations to North America by Robert Moore of the University of California, Riverside. When the Spaniards came to Mexico and were standing guard on cold nights, they began to wonder who these Indians really were. Some of those soldiers advanced the idea that these Indians might be Jews. Furthermore, several of the Spaniards came up with an odd fact to support this theory. Indian priests in Zempoala had shown them how obsidian knives, the sacrificial knives, were also used for circumcision, which was known to be a Jewish rite. Ergo, these Indians might be Jews. The Nahuatl or Uto Aztecan language itself has shown to have many Hebraic Semitic roots and can be traced to northwest Palestine, where parts of the Israelite tribe of Issachar settled. These are two different scholastic works that both come to the conclusion that the so-called Mexican is from the tribe of Issachar.
God.
That's just scholastic works, let alone how we plug the scriptures in 1 Chronicles 12 and 32. Of course, Issachar being the strong, and all the various things. You see what I'm saying? So I wanted to bring that information out, knowing this dude is a scarf, and we ain't gonna. I mean, he can't deal with any of that information.
Right.
If them not the Issachar, who are the Issacharites?
Who's Issachar?
Well, we don't know, right? And our worst enemy are Arabs. So what was I thinking? You know, guys are crazy, man. Anybody, any questions though? Floor is open in the room, in the chat. Questions. Esteban. For the information, I'll send it over to you on Facebook. All of us are the screenshots of the books, or I'll send you over the Megan flyer too, so you have all the information, because there's other information on there too. And we got to update it with this Aztec. It's Hebrew. Azteca is a Hebrew thing. Issacharite brother out of Dallas, he actually compiled that information and put that out. You know, Issacharite brother, who I know, I met that brother. I was out there in Texas. Real solid brother. Y'all might have seen his YouTube channel called Genesis 49ers. He brings out a lot of powerful information about the tribes and the tribal identification. A lot of good gems that brother puts forth. So I suggest everybody check him out through the spirit. Any other questions or in the room? Go ahead, Ash.
Yeah, so back to 1 Chronicles 12 and 32. The second part, I mean, the point of it, which were men that had understanding of times, and then it goes comma, which is going to clarify what the understanding of the times was talking about. Is that fair to say? To know what Israel ought to do. So is that saying that Issachar understood through the stars what was going to happen?
Yes, they were understood through the stars what was going to happen. I'll show you an example of that. Give me Judges 5 and 20. I'm going to show you an example of that. And also, give me that in Maccabees. You get Judges 5 and 20. Give me that in Maccabees, where they saw horses running to and fro. I'm going to show it to you.
Done. You want Judges 5:20 now?
Con.
Book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 20.
Read.
They fought from heaven.
They did what?
They fought from heaven.
Read on.
The stars.
The stars fought from heaven. Read on.
In their courses.
In their courses. The stars, that's the courses that the stars are on. They fought from heaven. Read.
In their courses fought against Sisera.
Against Sisera, meaning we were looking at the stars and going by what the stars were telling us in their courses for how to strategically wage war against the people of Sisera. You see that? So this is something that we did, but Issachar would have been chief of having that ability. Everybody didn't have it. Like, you know, every tribe had it. Gad, Reuben, and Manasseh, the warriors. Judah, the kings. Levi, the priests. Issachar, stars. You see what I'm saying? And this is how some of the Issacharites stayed with the southern kingdom. And they went with Judah into Mali. And they built the Songhai Empire with Judah and Mali. And then many of them were brought in slavery directly to Mexico. And then amalgamated back in with their brothers. You see what I'm saying? So, you got that in Maccabees? That ain't it. That ain't it. Go ahead,
Just clarification on verse 20. So who's the they that fought from heaven?
The stars.
The stars.
It says the stars in their courses is the day they fought from heaven. The stars. You got that? They see horses running to and fro. And this is documented. Yeah, it's in Maccabees. And this is actually, when you look it up, different historians documented this as well as it's in the scriptures of, because it was these nations were going to war, and literally it was this for days they just saw all kind of signs in heaven, you know, chariots and all kind of things was going on in heaven. So they were frightful, but it's gonna show it what it means here in a second. If you gotta go ahead.
Is it the moment when the battle waxed strong?
I'm not sure.
And the men upon horses?
No, not in the men upon. They're looking in the sky and they're seeing horses fight a war. That's what people.
There appeared unto the enemies from heaven, calling men upon horses.
No. That's talking about the angels coming and fighting with the Maccabees. This is not what that's talking. What I'm looking for here. So if somebody, Deacon, somebody look in the chat room because Deacon know where that, and he probably put it because he's the one that loved that scripture. You know, he's all spooked out on UFOs and whatnot. Where is the deacon? I know he got it. Damn, this damn.
It says,
Second Maccabees, the 5th chapter. He just said the 5th chapter, so you're gonna have to look. It probably started at the top. Let me see. Yeah, that's it. Go ahead.
Second Maccabees chapter 5 and 1. About the same time, Antiochus prepared his second voyage into Egypt.
Yes, when they going into Egypt. Go ahead.
And then it happened that through all the city, for the space of almost 40 days,
go ahead.
There were seen horsemen running in the air in cloth of gold and armed with lances, like a band of soldiers.
So they're seeing in the sky this is happening. Go ahead.
It says, and troops of horsemen in array, encountering and running one against another, with shaking of shields and multitude of pikes, and drawing of swords, and casting of darts, and glittering of gold ornaments, and harnesses of all sorts. Wherefore every man prayed that what is that?
Apparition.
That apparition might turn to good.
Meaning they're looking at it and they're seeing what's happening, but they can't fully perceive it. They're hoping it means something good. The tribe of Issachar was not on that side of the world at that time. Tribe of Issachar would have been on that side of the world. They likely could have been able to decipher whether it was good or bad. Everybody else is puzzled about it. Is this for good? We're hoping, they're praying this for good. You see what I'm saying? Shalaki, is that for good? Okay, yeah, and that was it on that in that chapter. You know, go ahead.
So, are you saying that in this chapter, like the stars were moving, or
these are apparitions going on? So in part, stars are moving. These could be chariots taking various form and showing different things. You know, I wouldn't say it was exclusively stars moving. You see what I'm saying? But that was a part of it. That's why it's taking place in the heavens. But it's the chariots probably, you know, showing forth what's probably getting ready, like a prophetic vision. But this wasn't one that just one brother got. You know what I'm saying? This is something that everybody saw and spooked everybody. Like I said, there's different historical sources that you can look into that attest to it too. Like other nations is like, oh my God, you know what's going on, because everybody's seen it, you know, in that region, of course, and was of course startled by such a sight. And like I said, it happened for 40 days. But this is going into the time of the Greeks and all those various things. So this is a time of a lot of battles, wars, and different prophecies taking place. You know what I mean? So, like you said, nobody knew whether it was for good or not. Issachar probably would have been able to determine whether or not it was for good. You know?
What was that?
What? Okay. Any other questions? Go ahead.
Yeah,
sure.
My teacher, Cosmo, he sent me like a good PDF.
Oh, Cosmo.
On like everything dealing with the Mexicans. I can send you that PDF if you
Yeah, because he got a lot. He got a lot of
You might
information.
already say, I don't know.
Yeah, he sent me some, but I don't have a PDF. But he's definitely sent me
I'm sure.
some information. That sister still he still got the sister in class from Mexico. It's in Mexico. Okay, beautiful.
Another thing, is when it says like you broke it down. You said the understanding of the times, comma, to know what Israel ought to do. How do we understand the times? You go back into Genesis 1:14, speaking about the
stars, the heavenly hosts.
I was about to say the heavenly hosts. Right. So also going into that as well. I just wanted to make sure that they understanding the times. So we're going to Genesis. That's how we, we're going to get those signs, seasons, wonders, things of that nature from the sun and the moon.
Yeah, we got to keep our eye out on these books. These books, a lot of these books, if you keep your eye out, you catch them at a good price. A lot of these books dealing with the history of the Issachar and all the Northern Kingdom tribes. You know what I mean? There's a lot of good little gem historical books that you can go and you read. Like what's that one that Abijah got? That warlords of Mesoamerica or something like that. I'm talking about. Just looking at the pictures. I read a little bit of it, and the little bit I read of it is cold. But just looking at the pictures in the damn book, these niggas not gonna be able to deal with that. You know what I mean? Like y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about. These brothers ain't the tribes. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot, and there's some other information. Most High will be bring out soon, dealing with Issachar and the actual prophecies that they had in the pyramids. And Gad and some of the prophecies that they had, and how they literally are exactly, of course, not verbatim what's in the Bible. It's not the exact same words translated, but it's saying the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of information out there that Most High will be presenting soon. You know what I'm saying? As far as how did they have these scriptures? How did they have this understanding? How do they have this knowledge? If they were even a Star in the West. That book of Star in the West. They came to the Gadites with the Bible, and the Gadites said, first off, that's our book. Yeah. And when we followed that book, we prospered. But since we left that book, that's the only reason you guys have been able to come here and rule over us. Right. Or that video, who's seen that movie clip that was circulating around? When the white man to the Gadite, and the Gadite said, Yahweh has told me. He tell him on the movie, Yahweh has brought you here to me, so I can give you this message. You see what I'm saying? So come on, man. All right. Yeah, hold on, brother. No, brother. It's a higher, brother. Yeah, a higher has came. Okay. Well, so you had some Sergeant?
The person questioned the issue. Did they question any other like?
He wasn't an SICARRI. But everybody hates Mexicans. I'm starting to find out, man. Everybody just really hates Mexicans. Because every time we get into the Northern Kingdom conversation, them niggas be like, nah, not the Mexicans. Every time, huh? You mean to tell me Mexicans are different from the other? You know what I mean? Come on, man. Mexicans get a lot of hate. Esteban, go ahead.
I mean, millions of Mexicans died across the desert.
Yeah, millions, right? We're talking about
they get shot off with snipers.
Right? And now listen, it's happening so much. It's not done. And this is what I had to tell certain brothers from the tribe of Judah that came on a comment board. Some brothers have asserted that Mexicans aren't under curses, right? And give me Genesis 49. I'm going to show y'all something real quick. Give me Genesis 49. I know this brother knows. I know he's under strong and heavy curses, all right? Like the rest of the tribe. But I'm going to show y'all something about the tribe of Judah that the tribe of Judah is going to have to get through their head. So a lot of Judites don't have this problem, but some brothers do. And Judah takes something for granted, something really for granted. We're going to point it out. Go ahead, give me that. What is that, about 12? Go ahead. Oh, no. I'm 14, looking for 14. Kind of, you know what I want. Kind of.
Look at Genesis chapter 49, verse 14. Issachar.
No. I need Judah.
Oh, okay, Khan.
12, yeah, Salakia.
You want to start at the top?
Where does Judah start at? 10?
It starts at 9. Salakia, it starts at 8.
Go ahead. Start at the top. That's fine.
Book of Genesis chapter 49, verse 8. Judah, thou art whom thy brethren shall praise.
That's first off. Judah, thou art whom thy brethren shall praise. Meaning Judah is the top tribe. In Israel, read.
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemy.
You see that? This is why Judah takes something for granted. Judah lives in the neck of his enemies. Your hood is over here. 5 minutes up the road is where there are multi-million-dollar homes. Go to Mexico. Go to Haiti. Go to Jamaica. Go to Brazil. You've got it great. Your hood, the worst place that you live, is considered the greatest place to live to brothers that's from these other countries. There's an interview with a football player, Junior Gillette. He's a Levite. He's from Haiti. And he said when he got to the roach-ridden projects in New York, he felt like he was in paradise. A lot of us ain't got toilets. Judah takes a lot of things for granted from living with the white man. Brothers ain't got toilets, toilet paper, deodorant, running water. That's what's going on in Mexico and Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. All these people that you say are not under curses.
No laundry.
No laundromat. You got a laundromat, nigga. I got to put my clothes in a bucket and hang it up on a string. Yash. Uh-huh.
I got my toothpaste on. Right when I was going to put that motherfucker in the water, she said, "Hey, don't fucking do that. Motherfucker ain't get sick. You have to use bottled water."
Yeah, you can't use the water. You can brush your teeth in your bathroom. I got a bottle. You see what I'm saying? It's little things. Judah lives in a real bubble. And that's be the issue sometimes with Judah. Live in a bubble. You ain't seen nothing yet. You go to these countries. What I'm talking, you go to Ecuador. Number one, when people was getting off the plane going to Brazil, them Brazilians had the signs that said, "Welcome to hell." You ain't seen what's going on in Brazil. You see what I'm saying? You think your hood is bad? And not saying that you ain't going through nothing in your hood, but your brothers of the other tribes are going through pure hell every day, and they will kill and murder and do anything in their power to get a chance to live next door to you in your hood. And die. To live next door to you in your hood. The tribe of Zebulun. The journey that a Guatemalan and El Salvadorian got to make to get to America. They got movies about it. What's the movies called that Abaji was talking about? Didn't you watch it?
What's Sonoma?
Sonoma. They jumping on top of a train to come and live next door to you. They made it when they live next door to you in your hood. You trying to live with the white people. Go ahead. Being raped, being exploited. They're doing anything to come live where you live at. But he ain't under no curses. You're not willing to do that to stay where you live. Right? You had something up?
Yeah. We're staying with SICARRI right now.
Come.
And I was talking to the mom about who she is, and she was just fighting everything. She didn't want nothing to do with it. And we watched the movie that Esteban was talking about. It's called Desierto.
Uh-huh.
See? And when she started watching that, she started to hate the white man. She started to recognize, oh yeah, the white man's the devil.
Yeah, God, that's right.
She just started going into the history of, this all used to be, Issachar, this all used to be Mexican. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So you just need to remind them every now and then.
You got to remind the tribe. All the tribes got to be reminded. When we start thinking like, you ain't going through this. You see what I'm saying? That's exactly what the white man has designed you to think, as if there's some type of difference. Judah's getting gunned down. The Latin tribes is getting gunned down. Gad is getting done. Like this brother's going, the reservation, brother. There's a reason why the Indian is running off the reservation.
Highest unemployment rate.
The highest unemployment rate, the highest gunned down by police rate. They're drinking themselves to death. They're committing suicide.
I just heard news about North Dakota.
Killed by cops.
I heard that North Dakota, someone said they just, the campground they were at protesting at, someone said they just set it on fire or something.
Yeah.
The military.
See that?
The military police.
Yeah, MPs. The tribes are all going through hell, but Judah got to understand that, because I'm seeing Judite brothers making these comments, and I'm saying, brother, let me tell you something. You talking about who ain't other curses are. Don't even talk about the other 11 tribes, brother, because you got it good compared to a lot of these other tribes. These islands, Central America, South America, brothers is going through a level of hell unlike you have ever. When you do see it, you're gonna want to get on a plane and go back to South Central, go back to Southeast San Diego, go back to the Bronx. You know what I mean? Go back to the South Side of Chicago and realize how good it is there compared to what the hell they got going on. We're talking about real life hell. Judah's thing is mental. How the white man is really messing Judah up is in the mind. That's really how Judah's getting it. As far as physical, Judah's not getting it physically like the other tribes. Judah's getting it on a mental level worse than the other tribes. You see what I'm saying? Wearing a dress on the TV. You see what I'm saying? He's doing that to the tribe. Judah's getting that. You see what I'm saying? That's what's going on with Judah. But as far as like hellish conditions, the other tribes. Physically, we're the poorest. Haiti is the poorest country out. That's it. You ain't got it worse than how Haiti got it. Nobody do. And who's next door to us, the Dominican Republic? You think Dominican Republic is much better than Haiti? It's a little better, but not much. They're going through hell. You know,
you got the tribe of Levi there in Mexico. They're in TJ and they're in heaven there.
Bro, we're in heaven in TJ. The Mexican is running out of TJ for his life. Levi is in TJ like, I made it, my nigga. He's smiling. Oh, I'm here. It's better than where I came. Speaking Spanish, I didn't know Spanish fluently already. You see what I'm saying? That's how we get. We can't wait. So Judah take certain things for granted and gotta understand we all are going through this. Go ahead.
But pretty soon, because that's also the scripture that we do this. The north and the southern kingdom.
That's right.
It's going to end pretty soon. Book of Isaiah, chapter 11, verse 13. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off.
That's the issue that's going on. And this is what really killed me though. And we said this, but what killed me is when somebody from out of town want to tell me about what's going on in Southern California, but they have absolutely no idea. There's a race war, and Mexicans are killing innocent black people every day. Where the hell is that happening at? Can somebody, I didn't see, you've seen Channel 4 today? I didn't see that on the news. KUSI? It was there's Mexicans just murdering black people every day. No, I haven't heard of that. I haven't seen that. Right? Yash.
No, I got testimony. High school, I hung around.
Come. Yeah, come, of course.
Right, so you had the Cholos there. You had, stiff neck history right there.
Come.
I always had beef with niggas.
Yeah, come.
Like I told you, nigger, this and that. I flashed one day. I'm like, you over here, racial slurring us. When we not the motherfuckers that came over here and took our land. We didn't go to war with y'all.
Come.
We didn't go to war with y'all fucking today.
Come.
That's that motherfucker. I pointed at the teacher. Cracked it right there. White man, white woman. That's your enemy. He ain't your enemy.
Come.
Straight up. So it was like, but Jake, like you said, living on the East Coast and not a lot of his guys being there.
Especially years ago.
Yeah, they can't tell us how.
You can't tell me nothing about how to. This dude told me that in Watts, Mexicans are attacking black people. Who's heard of Grape Street before? You heard of the Grape Street Crips before? Before there was something called a Grape Street Crips, is one big hood called Watts Vario Grape. What does that sound like to you? It sounds like a Mexican gang. When you made an OG Grape Street Crip, he's gonna tell you he's from Watts Vario Grape. Meaning the blacks and the Mexicans are together. That whole area, it's just one project. But then once Southside came out, the Mexicans are Southside and the black is Crips. But they're still together. In one project, they don't have issues with each other. They run together. That's not in Compton is happening. Why is it happening in Compton? Because number one, niggas started shooting at Mexicans first in Compton. Let's not get that twisted. Okay? But Mexicans are the bad guy, right? And then this same Negro told me, they said that Mexicans are killing black people in Watts and Compton so their illegal family members could take over the. I said, illegal? you sound, we keep running into a bunch of Donald Trumps. Illegal in my shit? I'm illegal? Nigga, this is mine. You came here. This is mine. And that's something that's got to be respected. Right. Number one. This is somebody else's land. Period. Right? But even with that being said, that's even like if you look at almost, there are some places where there are like racially fueled issues, but that's few and far between. The reason why you have black and Mexican gangs beefing with each other, the same reason you got black gangs beefing with each other or Mexican gangs beefing with each other. It's because somebody did something, somebody didn't like it, and somebody went to war. There's a huge hood in LA called South Los. Who's heard of South Los? Y'all heard of South Los? You heard of South Los? They got to San Marcos. They got a hood, South Los. But they from South Central LA in the hundreds, right? They got a huge beef with the Hoovers, right? Which is of course a black gang. Why is this beef? Is this beef a racially fueled beef? Of course not. Why would the Hoovers go to war with Mexicans when there is a bunch of Mexican Hoover members, a gang of them? And Hoovers are clicked up with what Hispanic gang? 18th Street. That's not a racial issue. What happened is a Hoover happened to just smoke a random little boy from South Los. So it's a war. It's not because you're black and I'm Mexican. It's because you killed one of my friends and now I want to kill your friends. The same reason why all of our people are killing each other. It ain't just, so when niggas try to romanticize and embellish on things to try to further the division, that's just the spirit of Satan, the spirit of the white man. Because the white man is the one that went on the news and told you it was a race war going on in California. That's not happening. It's just not happening. Remember what you just said it. Y'all are staying with Issachar. Is there a race war going on? Why would they let you in their house then if they were trying to kill black people?
Since I've been here, I felt more love from Issachar.
You see that? He felt more love from the Northern Kingdom than his own tribe. Go ahead.
I grew up with Judah.
Come.
And I grew up in the Ab. I mean, I got my ass beat like every day. Get home with my ass beat. And then grew up later on and my brothers.
You see that? Well, see now, look. Now here's the thing. Levi, when we came to this country, when the Haitians began to come to this country, the tribe of Judah would jump Levites all the time. Levites start killing people then. Now everybody wants to be friends with Haitians after we start shooting people with machine guns now. Now niggas want to be friends with you. You see what I'm saying? You bullied me. Yeah, exactly. You bullied me until I just didn't have any other options now. Am I the monster or are you the monster for bullying me for no damn reason? You see what I'm saying? Guys got to start being real here and understand all the tribes have problems with each other. But worse than any tribe beef with each other is infighting within that tribe. Tribes is, I'm at it. The South Side got business, and remember when the Sereno learns he's a Hebrew Israelite? Y'all remember that video? The Mexican came by camp.
Is that the one with the
Santa Muerta, right? Now what did he say? What did he say to us though? And we remember when we said that about we cool with our enemies, and he was like, hey, not the Norteños. I'm not ready for that. Those are other Mexicans. He's like, I'll be cool with everybody else. But not the Norteños though, man. He said it. He said, I ain't there yet. That's what he said. He said, I ain't there yet. You see that? His hate is to his own tribe. And the thing is, that's within any nation. Even with the 18. Yeah, you see that 13 with the 18. 13 versus 14, all that, right? But then even with the other nations, because there's a documentary, it's called My Crazy Life. It's about Samoan, Japhites, heathens, right? And it's called My Crazy Life, and it's about the Sons of Samoa. It's a Crip gang in Long Beach, right? They ask them straight up, if you seen a Samoan Crip that you didn't get along with, mind you, they Crips, or a black blood that you didn't get along with, who are you gonna kill first? And then nigga said it straight up, the Samoan gotta go. Everybody beefs harder within themselves than they beef outside. Only person who don't do that is probably the white man. He's probably the only one because they understand that their survival is predicated upon them fighting everybody else. They get it. They can't exist if their infighting starts to allow us to come up. They know it. That's the one.
Most Mexicans say chilangos.
What's that?
Chilangos are like From DF.
What's that?
It's just
city deeper.
it's a.
Okay.
So it's Mexico City.
Okay, Mexico
There's
City.
a type of Mexicans that like have like this way of speaking and a way of acting, and everybody really hates on it.
Really
They
hate
came
it.
up with this thing called "El que no tranza no avanza,"
Uh-huh.
which means like if I don't mess you over, it means I don't get to advance in my life.
Okay,
So
basically.
that's why.
Real cutthroats.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. And then that's we see this progress within our people. There was a point in time where we were being Hellenized. You read about this in the book of Maccabees, the Hellenization period, where the Greeks is forced into the customs. During that time, a phrase became popular by us was, it's better to eat pork than to speak Greek. Because we knew that our brothers that was going off and be Greek, it's a horrible lifestyle they was going off into. It's better for you just to mess up and eat some pork and still know you're a Jew than to go off into the way of the Greeks. Well, and in Levi, we got that because, Haitians, we don't actually speak French. We speak our own language called Haitian Creole, which is based upon French, but it's uniquely its own language. It's not French enough to be French. So we have a saying that basically is, if you want to know, if somebody's speaking French to you, they're lying to you. Essentially, that's what it is. If they're speaking French, they're a liar, automatically. You see what I'm saying? So, we got those similar, sayings amongst the tribe. You see what I'm saying? That separate us. You know what I mean? Or basically, you're basically becoming like the white man, so I can't trust you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's who has to screw you over. The white man got to screw you over. You know what I mean? Who speak French? The white man speaks French. Who spoke Greek? The white man spoke Greek. See what I'm saying? Shamar Yashar, go ahead.
I was gonna say even with Judah, you got a lot of Judites who don't come from the South, right? Though, or have been from the South for a while. Though, hate on brothers from the South.
From the South, yeah. That nigga slow. Yeah,
they're slow, whatever. You even had that movie. I think it was called Soldier Story.
But all the Judites came from the South.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, if you think about it, even in the North, someone from the North when they came from the South too, like you're just born in the North.
Yeah. You're not just born. Yeah, you're not just born in the North. You came from the South. You know what I'm saying? Everybody family is from Alabama, Texas, Louisiana, somewhere down there. If you were Judite, you're not just from California, nigga. You came here. You know what I'm saying?
That's why that movie, that Soldier Story, said the day of the Geechee.
Oh, the day of the Geechee is over. Yeah. The day of the Geechee is there. God. Any more questions in the chat box?
No, I still got a precept.
Go ahead, bring the precept out.
Back in Isaiah 11:13, the envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah.
That's right.
And Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
There we go. Go ahead.
I'll click another one.
And that's what happens too. A lot of times Judah vexes Ephraim. Like this brother said, he getting jumped all the time. That's vexing Ephraim for no reason other than he's Ephraim. Right? Go ahead. Or for the North. Go ahead.
Right, and then Judah really needs to understand this verse too. Also, all the tribes.
That's right.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 33. Thus said the Most High of Hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah.
That's right.
Were oppressed together.
That's right. We're all being oppressed together. We're all in jail together. We're all in the hood together. We're all broke together. We're all everything. You know what I'm saying? Together. And that's what this brother said. Judah being the head tribe could get high-minded sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because you are the head tribe. Let's not get that twisted. But don't get high-minded. Like the scriptures say, the humble does the Most High exalt. We got to go into the history. Let's take a look at your forefather, the actual man Judah, and take a look at the character he displayed when the situation happened with Joseph and how he went to bat for his brother.
Right.
You know what I mean? How he went to bat for Benjamin.
Right.
He showed key leadership skills that in part assisted in y'all obtainment of the blessing, which ultimately was biblical prophecy anyway, but that man Judah displayed that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So in humility, go ahead.
I'm also going to say, like you brought out earlier, a lot of the oppression that we get Judah, especially the tribe of Judah, is psychological. That's why, like the brother was saying, I think you did a video on it, right? When it comes to a lot of the shootings and stuff like that, they'll show Judah nonstop, back to back, get shot on the news. When there could be, let's say there's a shooting, let's say there's a week where you have a bunch of shootings. If you actually check the news, you may see that you might have more members from the Northern Kingdom killed off than the Southern Kingdom.
But they only are showing Judah.
Only showing Judah, like you said.
They'll never show Latino. They'll never show Native.
Right.
They only show Judah getting shot.
Right, I think you had a video on that, right? Where there was like,
and this brother,
like 2 Judites that got shot, but like 5.
Yeah, but it was 5 Northern Kingdom. They didn't say anything about any Latinos on it. But see, they do it on purpose because then Judah gets the spirit of, well, this is just happening to me. Right. But then the Latinos, it's spreading amongst the Latino community, and they're like, damn, well, they just giving the niggas love. They ain't giving us no love, so to hell with them too. What about us? You see what I'm saying? It just propagates the division. He's so divisive in everything. He knows what he's doing. You see what I'm saying?
They wouldn't want to show both of us because then we both
go. We look at each other and say, wait a minute, it's him. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to come to that realization. So because they don't want you to come to that realization, it is cold because you see that situation that happened in Anaheim with the young brother when the crackhead dragged him into the thing. You see it was the Judite brother that was standing up for him. You see, he was the main one standing up for him. Then when you flash back, remember last year when they had the Klan rally and Judah and Issachar whooped all them crackers? Bro, they was beating the white people up. Bro, it was a frightening day to be a white man in Orange County that day. White man was getting beat down in the streets of Anaheim. So it's funny that be happening in that same city like that.
Right.
Go ahead.
Also, my brothers, like I said, I grew up in, like these guys, like literally, I stand up for these guys after, you know what I mean? Even in like bad times, I pull up, I'll freaking stop my car and pull over. You know what I mean? Like, damn, where'd you come from?
See that, and see that, but see that's exactly the spirit that we have to have is the spirit of forgiveness amongst each other as well. Right. No matter what, 5 years ago you and I had these issues. What the hell does that matter today? What was that? What was we beefing about? Really, you know what I'm saying? BS. So let's just get with it. Sarge, you had something?
What we gotta understand is like the Klan members you see that wear them sheets, and even the Minutemen that you see at the border shooting our brothers.
That's right.
That's the same people.
That's the same cracker.
That's the same cracker.
That is the same cracker, and he needs to die. That's what I say. The same. You're happy as hell. He's not happy until he can kill somebody, right? But we close up with that. We give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, and say shalom.
Shalom.